Okay, so picking up where we left off, the group had a tense day within the Court of Creation, having some issues within the party, as well as some difficulties outside of it. You all went to the Mist Point, finding Cryovis's notes and locating where he went, managing to put a stop to his frost-fueled rampage before continuing to Torai's cave. There, you met Torai, a huge Naga-like creature that was trapped there by Malik a long time ago. You got in his good books and stayed with him for the night before continuing on towards Eidolon's Reach. And in front of you on the Roll20 is the Eidolon's Reach map. I will also mention, because I know I put it in the Discord last week at some point, but you guys do now have a lot of boons, so I do need to ask which one you are picking at the beginning of the day, because it is at the beginning of the day where you pick them.
Oh, you did? I completely forgot. But you have pinned it, right?
I'll put it written down here.
I know you haven't.
No, but it's if you scroll up half a second, it's there.
If you want,
scroll up. What?
I've got it written down, bro.
I'm voting for the boon of the Ancient Guardian.
Yeah,
I like the Ancient Guardian. I think it's cool.
Just put it in the chat.
I would say they're all good. I think 3 of them are significantly better than the 4th. There's like the three really, really strong ones, and then one that's like okay. I mean, none of them are bad. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, the first one we got was kind of like
the first one you got was your intro one.
Yeah,
it was meant to be like fine, but not.
One.
Yeah.
As a man who likes big numbers and rolling lots of dice, I say we keep getting the boon of Red Hunt.
No, I disagree. I say the Ancient Guardian.
Yeah. Dude, I go down way too quickly to do anything other than health right now.
Yeah, so do I, but I like...
Also, you've already got extra 4 D4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to say you wasted an entire week's training, but you wasted an entire week's training.
And also, I don't really think we're gonna get into a fight today anyway, I hope.
Remember that we are going up against the Fae.
And this is the morning. So, like, you do have a full day of things, and I will say from where you are currently, if you were to do, follow the path as closely as you could, it would be about 8 or 9 hours, a bit more, about 12 hours or so if you were to get to the other end of this map.
Listen to this, okay? As not saying that Slab can't heal. I very much appreciate that Slab is the one that kept us alive before Cass got here. But...
And also after.
Yes, but Cass is our main healer. Like, most of the stuff that Cass does is fucking heal one of us when we've been hurt, because some people like to run in and punch things. Not naming names.
I will say, you know what my favorite thing is? You know what my favorite thing is? When Cass first joined, he was like, "Oh, a healer." She said, "Like, not a healer." I'm not going to heal a healer.
What I'm saying is, if Cass goes down, that means that either Slab or I don't know. Can Archon? Can Archon do healing?
I can heal. Yeah.
Yeah. So it means that Slab, who is a pretty fucking powerful bard, or Archeron, who's a pretty fucking powerful wizard, has to use their turn to get somebody back up. 25 extra hit points could be life or death.
Yeah, and 25 to everyone. So if it's 6 people, that's what's the math on that? A lot.
It's 150.
150.
Personally, it is in my best interest to help out. As somebody who plays a fucking healer main in another campaign, please pick the 25 hit points one for Cass. I don't want to see her eat shit.
And the advantage on spells and magical effects is also very good.
Yeah,
that's the bit I was interested in,
I didn't even read that part. That was I was just fighting for Cass.
Thank you very much.
So we'll say for today, as you're exiting, the cave and walking a bit further, you do decide to take the Ancient Guardian one, which is Torres, which makes sense considering you just met him. And
you want to keep him happy.
Yeah.
Snake buddy.
And
did he let me take a scale, by the way?
No.
No.
Not even an old one?
No.
I did ask him dead nice.
I know.
He's a living being. It hurts to take a scale out.
And he said no in a nice way.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was just asking. I don't think he did. He said he wasn't sure, so I was just making...
No, I know. I'm saying no now.
Consent can be withdrawn. I get it. It's fine.
Just because he wanted to drink tea before doesn't mean he wants to drink tea now.
Keep drinking tea. Yeah.
But yeah, so I will assume you guys have had breakfast. You had it in the cave. We'll say it's about 9 a.m. or so. What do you do?
Probably some leftover fucking bird meat.
No one ate that.
Yeah, literally.
Not even the snake ate that.
Jerky.
Maeve has no appetite anyway, but she has negative appetite after seeing that bird get cooked.
You don't need to eat at all. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, no, she hasn't eaten for days. Stop!
That's like food.
Well, Maeve, I know you don't need sustenance. Sometimes it's the flavour that can help. Would you like, and the spoon is clean, would you like a go on the pudding pot? It's just flavour.
I was already going to say no, but the fact you said, would you like a go on the pudding pot?
I can't think of a better way to say it.
Would you like to...
Okay.
Would you like to eat from my pudding pouch?
Would you like a dip in my pouch of pudding? No, thank you, Artron. It's very kind of you to ask.
Well, I was thinking about trying to make little, almost like, you know, when you have the rind of meat. And this may not be very appetizing a thought, but you know, when you have a bit of meat, it's quite like perhaps jerky. That could be quite salty, but you have to chew it for a while, and the flavour kind of is absorbed into your mouth. I was trying to think whether or not I could do something with that, with a non-salty or non-savoury thing, like a gummy material that could maintain the flavour for a period of time. But maybe, you know, not. I mean, definitely isn't looking at anyone who says like maybe a breath freshening or like a tutti frutti kind of flavour. I don't know. There's something to think on. Oh well. Obviously this snake guy won't let me have a snake, like scales. Has he shed his scales anywhere? Like snakes do?
If you're implying you're going to try and steal one, no,
I'm not. I'm going to ask is like...
He's a snake guy, but Nagas, I will say they don't shed.
Okay, that's fine.
Like,
I wasn't going to steal him if he did. I wasn't
going
to steal it. I was going to ask like, hey buddy, since you didn't want me to rip out a chunk of your body, which is fine, by the way.
Yeah.
Not mad.
Which is totally fine. I'm not angry.
Yeah, totally fine.
Just disappointed.
Yeah, disappointed.
It's actually a genuine question. Does snake shed even have scales in it?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
I always imagine it's
Have you never
like...
seen it?
I've seen it in passing, but I always imagine it's just like...
It's not like I don't think it's like the actual scales itself. It's like the coating of the scales, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not the actual...
like taking it apart.
But yeah, I would say there is no Naga scale shedding.
I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to ask him. Like Archon's assuming that being a snake creature, he will have shed his skin. But like some creatures, when they shed their skin, they eat it. So he's assuming that's what he's on. He's not going to ask it. Not going to question it.
That was what my assumption was.
I was just going to say he doesn't. But
okay.
Why do you think he's such a long creature? It just keeps growing. But yeah, so you exit the cave, and obviously the cave is cold. Outside is colder. But you sort of obviously got the image of the map of this area from Torai, so you can see what's in front of you. So I'll ask, is there anywhere specifically you're making your way towards?
Downtown.
No,
you said make it.
Make it downtown.
Thanks, guys.
Before we left, yeah, that's right. Before we left, could we have been given a brief overview of? Does he know what these things are? Like, does he know what the gate chamber is? Does he know what primary point is?
Yeah, I'll say you could have got some sort of basic information about some of the spots. So the two gate chambers are on this.
Oh, 2 primal points. Yeah.
Yeah. So the gate chambers are sort of the
chambers for gates.
Yes, they're the doorways that are set up by Malik that he hires out to people for specific things. So some of them might hold, a vault or a prison for a creature, or maybe someone's house is there, like a magnificent mansion type thing. But yeah, he hires them out for an amount of time, and people can keep their stuff there, and then they are linked through conjuration magic to the point that they want to be linked to. And then the primal points are basically it's where a lot of the soldiers, like Malik's soldiers, will be if they're not, in a city or where Malik is. It is like their barracks almost. Then the actual city of Eidolon's Reach is the biggest town, the biggest city within the Court of Creation. So I'm just moving down to my notes to find it. It's pretty well guarded. It's sort of difficult to get in if you don't have a reason to go in. And then the outer steps is like so that's the inner haven. Then the outer steps is like almost like the slum district outside of the inner haven for people who might not be allowed in or are passing through or whatever. And then the Crystal Grove is pretty much as says on the tin. It's where a lot of the crystals that are scattered around the Court of Creation are. It's where there's a larger cluster of them.
I'm very intrigued by the Crystal Grove.
Yeah, me too. I'm just asking him about the crystal clusters. What are the crystals? Are they just normal crystals, or are those frost shards?
So Tora, I'd probably say that it's sort of hard to predict. I'll just do it. My voice is easier. It's hard to predict what the crystals are before mining them. They're not just regular crystals, but as you're mining them, they sort of take shape into some type of crystal. They're always are going to be crystals, but they sometimes are maybe imbued with more or less magic depending on,
a couple of random rolls.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. And again, before we leave, can I ask Torai, to the best of his knowledge, can anyone mine the crystals, or do we need to get permission, or could we just rock?
Yeah, he would say if you're skilled enough to mine them, you certainly can. There's not a permit for them.
Okay.
They seem you would explain they sort of grow from this area.
Okay,
so that's
cool.
why there's so many of them. But you'd see some as you're going that are mined and stuff. So, yeah.
And okay, this is not a question to Torai.
Mm-hmm.
As we're walking and talking, presumably Artron's going to voice this. These crystal groves. I know we are here for other reasons. Since it's on the way, could we swing in? I feel it'd be interesting. Also, it could be, and I know we're not short of money. However, could be interesting for spell components or perhaps for trade if these crystals are unique to the miner. Would anyone mind? I think there's a few of us piqued our interests. I'm not sure whether we should go to the main city first, but we will be doubling back on ourselves. So if we swung round kind of this way, then
listen, I personally would like to go there because this may be the last time that I'm allowed in the Court of Creation. So
maybe the last time that any of us are here.
No, that's what I mean. Looks at Sidon.
No, I mean in general. I will be honest. I'm not loving it. I mean, there's some nice. It's a bit.
It's a bit authoritarian.
Oh, it's more the weather.
Yeah, a bit too cold.
That's what I was going to say. I thought it was pretty chill, but
yeah, I mean the people don't get Cass. Sorry, not Cass. What are the names?
What?
Not you. The bloody Callie and Asturian. They're really nice, and loved the Naga. The Naga was brilliant.
Yes.
Top
all
marks for that.
people who are being hounded by the Archfey.
Well, just going to throw this out a second. I didn't like Cryovis.
I actually liked Cryovis.
I thought she was. Well, I thought he was sinister and hiding something. No, we're not going to mention it. Not going to go on. Not going. Okay.
Maybe
I like
happy that
Chris.
she didn't bring it up.
You know, and I here's another thing as well.
And
Didn't mind
another.
Kendall. Yeah, didn't mind Kendall. Thought the guards were reasonable. Love that.
Look, I'm just saying, like, outside of 2 people who happen to work with the guy, everyone else has said he's kind of weird. Even Grove has said he's been a bit weird.
No, we're not disagreeing with the fact that Malik seems like kind of a dick. What we're disagreeing with is the way that you're treating everybody else. And I know for a fact, if we'd have all come in together and you hadn't have rushed off through the portal, and we all found those women getting attacked by the guards, we probably, most likely, I can't speak for everybody, but would have stepped in to help. However, sometimes you can win a fight with things other than your fists. You can talk your way out of a conversation.
Like my spear. I was about to say, as in like stabby.
Okay, clearly, we're on very different mindsets here.
I do have an idea actually. How perhaps we can bring some unity to Once Watch Was Shattered. I would like to look at crystals. Maybe you'd like to look at crystals. You said, Sidon, do you think you could beat up a rock?
Yes.
Would you like to punch some crystals? The toughest of all rocks?
It's not fun when they don't fight back.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, if you don't think you
Crystal
can do it,
never
Sidon, all you have to do is say. You don't think you can shatter them?
Stop talking for me, because these guys are actually taking what you're saying as me being a coward here.
Slab's good at mimicking his voice.
Nobody called you a coward, Simon.
We just applied it.
Is that how you're feeling? Are you feeling like a coward?
Are you trying to put words in my mouth?
You're
No.
scared of big scary rocks.
No, I'm not scared of being scary rocks. I just think, like, crystals aren't that
Do you admit
hard.
they're scary?
Archer,
I can
I think he's still shivering in his little flip-flops from when we went into that big scary cave.
I'm not scared. I can break rocks. It's not hard.
Can someone smell something?
Oh, it's the curry I'm making.
As you're walking in the snow,
Yeah.
can you make
I'm
me
a
a cooking
walking
tools check with
bonfire.
disadvantage?
Wait, do you have like a hot pot?
Like it's a yaki tray.
I did it.
If you want to, you can make me a cooking tools check with disadvantage. If you have them, I
Unless
don't
it's
know
just
if you did.
like
I
the
don't have the
marinade.
proficiency.
Never mind. I mean, if you have the tools but not the proficiency, you can still do that.
I like the idea that you walked around with a mortar and pestle just breaking down the chilies.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I forgot to buy cooking utensils.
Oh, never mind. You're just
What a
miming it.
curry!
You're just thinking about curry.
Yeah.
You can have Alex's old set because he left them.
No, Alex
Oh.
took his with him. He didn't want his tools to be stained with spice forever.
No, I'm talking about the ones that Slab burnt the bottom of when he made a grilled cheese.
That was in Cassian's house.
Sure.
I know. I don't want Gary in this place.
This place is
Oh my
free
god, guys, that's Malik's weakness. Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when we
How
arrive
much
at
reserve
town,
have you got?
when we arrive at
We can
town,
just
can
force feed
nobody
it when we
do?
get to it.
Yeah, can we just wait to like cause problems until after I buy a cooking set?
You know in the film White Chicks when they blow talcum powder out of their hand?
Yeah.
We just do that but with like like I don't know, like a
Curry
spice.
spices.
Yeah, like curry
Made Libby
spices.
watch that the other day. She was in stitches. It's such a funny film.
So I'll say if you guys are heading to the Crystal Grove, it will take you, I'll say a good 5-ish hours to get there because it is pretty far.
How far is it away from the main city? Like, could we go there, spend an hour or two there, then get to the city before dark?
Yeah, I would say maybe you'd be going to getting to the cusp of evening if you were to do that, because if it takes about 5 hours, you get there at about.
I just want to. I don't want us to be stuck out in the snow overnight. I mean,
Yeah,
we
so
can deal with it, but I don't want to do it.
You get to the Grove at about 4-ish. We'll say it starts to get dark at like. I'll call it like 7, 8ish.
Okay.
Because I mean,
Wow.
big. It's a big map. Like it's
Yeah, I get it.
12
Yeah,
hours from one
okay.
side to the other of this chunk.
Yeah, fair.
That
was a bit further than I thought.
It's
Should
you have to
have
like
used
trudge
horse.
through at points, a few feet deep snow, slabs getting lost.
I think I'd make my spectral horse and send that ahead.
Okay. Wait,
Is this hike
Well, it's
through?
not like it has physicality as well, but you know what I mean.
Is this hike through the snow similar to the hike over the mountains I would have done to have got to Eldar originally from the Dynasty?
I would probably not. It's more like snowy hills. If you were to get further up into the mountains, then probably.
Which one would have been harder?
I would say
This would be harder?
this.
Okay.
I would say this, yeah, because even though the mountains are like sharper, this is definitely colder because it wasn't like it was like spring summery when like late summer probably when you were going, so it was in probably the nicest it could have been, but this is frigid. Who's making a snowman?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it, wood.
But yeah, you make it to like the edge. You make it to the edge of the Crystal Grove, and this is probably where you set up. You have a bit of lunch before you head properly into it. And as you
One more small game.
Nope.
No, I'm joking.
Different
animal this time.
Should I make you roll and find another random fey creature? I kind of want to. Can you make me a survival check? I'm gonna just find another random fey creature that you've butchered. 22. Hold on.
It's gonna be a good one. This one's gonna taste like this one's gonna taste like beef or something.
No, I can't do that.
I doubt it, but okay.
That's like a penguin. I can't do that. I'd feel bad. God, I sort of
I say a Wolpertinger.
That's the rabbit one. You
It's
can't
a
do
rabbit.
that. Better
rabbit
kick him out.
It's a rabbit with wings.
Yeah, I'm not doing them. Then they're not here. We'll say it's like
really good snowman.
it comes to life because it's the god of creation. And what is this?
Olaf.
This is like terrifying. So I'll say this. You see it and you're like, it's like watching you as you go. It's this weird. It kind of looks like a mix between Gollum and a bat. There you go.
Gollum bat.
Jesus Christ! What is that?
Pounds, Biden.
I ain't eating that.
No, if you
knock it
kill
out,
and eat that feels like cannibalism.
It's wearing
that's
pants.
fair. That does look kind of real. Yeah. Not
I'm
really.
gonna knock it out and
Let
just
me-
take its mushrooms.
Would you eat
Oh,
those?
that's like eating someone's foot fungus. That's disgusting.
Oh,
I have no idea. What is that creature anyway?
It's called a Maya mole. Maya is
no
in
way.
Maya is in swamp. Mal is in MAL.
Mammal. Yeah. Swamp
yeah,
mammal. Yeah,
maybe
that's
not.
horrendous. That's absolutely nightmare
it's
fuel.
terrifying. What's this? Maybe this is better.
Who signed it? What's the signature?
No, that's a person.
Roman. What's
Are
it
the
say?
mushrooms still green or are they
Oh,
white?
Brian
Ryan's
Simey.
time.
Yeah.
That's probably just the person who made it. Yeah, it's
Cool.
weird. I hate it. So,
Oh, so you didn't paint this? I'm disappointed.
do you take this thing out? Do you take the
Do you
mushrooms?
harvest it?
No.
Do you take the mushrooms? You can say no.
I'm
So you
good.
just knocked it out.
I probably wouldn't even knock it out. I'd probably be like, "That there's no small game here."
That's fair.
just a goblin.
Yeah, let's
Shoot.
just say your survival check is you looking at this thing, being like, yeah, no, and carrying on.
I like the idea that you
Gonna
may have
like,
actually just
hold
set
it
my
down and
set my
harvest
flipping
the mushrooms alive. Like,
I got the idea that he set my snare off, and I've gone like, yes, I've got food. No.
I don't want. I'm just gonna leave you there.
Yeah.
You're not
Get
gonna
out
let
of
it
here,
go.
Steve.
You let itself down. It's got short claws.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so you have some food outside of the Crystal Grove, and sort of as you finish your meal and stand up and walk towards it, you almost feel like as you're approaching the area, your eyes feel almost fuzzy. That's the best way to describe it. Because it seems that as...
Like we're walking into static or something.
A little bit. Like almost when you're like in like the desert, it's really warm, there's that haze to like the air. It's like that, but...
Heat mirage, yeah.
It's like that, but it's a lot more than normal. And you can almost see these clusters of crystal that are around, and the ground around you is shifting and changing color from black crystals and white snow to dark ground with these bright blue gems that are shifting every minute or so. And as you're approaching, can I get Pete, can you roll me a d4?
Yes. It is a 3.
3. Okay. So as you're approaching, the area sort of slightly locks into place for a bit. As let me change the map. I can do that. I have the ability to do that. Here we go.
Ooh.
Oh.
Is it fuzzy for everyone or just for...
there we go.
Yeah.
It's just loading in. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big
That's
map.
huge. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys would be about here, bottom corner.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Oh, it froze for me. Hold on. No,
Mhm.
it's
Oh
not.
my god.
Big map.
Big map.
But yeah, so you can see that these sort of areas sort of somewhat locked into place, if that makes sense, as you get into it, you get into like the vicinity of it, and the rocks are dark, almost like obsidian in color, and sort of as the area shifts from the blue to this black, there's this purple energy that sort of comes with them, which momentarily makes the area very heavy. And along with that, there is this carved circular structure. There's one sort of larger orb, and there's obviously one near where you guys are now, with a ring around the larger of the two. Each of them have carvings in a language that you guys don't currently understand.
Can I try before I cast Comprehend Languages to figure out what the language is?
Yeah, make me an Arcana check.
Can do guidance as well.
Can do guidance.
I don't do 32. Wait, there's more. There we go. 35.
35. You know, it still takes you a bit of time because this is a language I don't know if you've ever like seen in passing, but you're like, it's not this. It sort of has some similarities to Undercommon in a way, and you're like, this is strange, and you sort of read some of the text. It appears to be written in Umbral.
What's that for me? Because I don't know.
Umbral is the language which is commonly used in the Shadowfell.
Oh, okay. And with obsidian rocks as well. Okay. Well, I don't know if there's anything to be concerned about, but these markings, and they do seem quite ancient, is written in the language common to the Shadowfell. So, well, we weren't warned about this, but perhaps something to be aware of. I'm going to sit down for a moment and translate this yes, bear with me. He's going to sit down and for 10 minutes cast as a ritual comprehend languages.
Okay, so
Wait, you're saying this is Abyssal?
Umbral.
Umbral. I'm also going to send Porridge and Yumi around for a scout to see if they see anything interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So is like the Underdark, right?
No, so no, it's not. The Shadowfell in.
No, that's why I'm asking.
Oh, sorry.
No, because James said
like the evil folk.
James said no, it's not. And I was like, James said yesterday. I was like, this is my one.
Sorry. I completely brain felt that. You said similar to Undercommon, and then my brain latched onto that. Yeah, sorry.
So
it was like the death phase.
So in normal D&D, it's like the dark mirror of the material plane. And it still has some of those similarities in Periphalon. However, I would say with Archeron's 35, and the sort of general knowledge that some of you might have of the planes, the Shadowfell is also sometimes known as like the plane of witches, as it's very much it feels very much like, very medieval witch mythology, like
Wiccan.
Hags.
Yeah, Wiccan, and maybe not hags, but fate and the tarot, and like looking at the moons to sense what's going to happen, things like that. And it follows a lot of those sort of rules, I guess, the best way to put it. I will say that in the sort of 10 minutes or so that Archeron is casting comprehend languages, the area shifts a number of times. As you're approaching it looks like this, but sort of as maybe 2 or 3 minutes as he's casting, which I might actually interrupt your comprehend languages, which is funny. It does shift.
Well, the spell lasts, so comprehend languages lasts for.
Oh yeah, you don't cast
hour?
It on something. You just ritually cast it, and then you can read things. That's right.
Yeah.
So you're fine. But I'll say a few times. I'll just show the other map. It changes to this.
Oh.
Whoa.
Like same layout, but obviously the larger structures vanish, and obviously it goes from white snow and black rocks to black ground and blue crystal. It's a bit confusing. But...
Question,
I can't stop my ritual because I can't. It's basically me concentrating whilst I cast this as a ritual.
Yeah.
So when this happens, does this happen more than once?
This happens, I'll say 3 times. It goes from
10
this.
Minutes.
So it goes from this is 1, and then this is 2, and then this is 3. So when your thing finishes, it's blue.
What's the interval?
It's about every 3 minutes or so, but it's not perfect.
During the first interval, is this a ramp to get up to this bit here?
Yeah, it looks a bit like a ramp. Or naturally forming sort of things for you to walk up.
Okay, so if I try to walk up that, do I feel the big...
No, it's completely gone.
What happens if I
walk up the side of it a slight? Only about here, I won't go all the way up to the very top.
Yeah, you can walk up like ground.
Okay.
What were you saying, Beth?
Well, what happens if I use my Grasp of the Grey? Touch of the Grey, the blind sight thing. What do I see?
I'll say in this case, you see what is around. Nothing. You can't see both of them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'll say with that, you can sort of sense when the change is going to happen a few seconds beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
But there doesn't appear to be any it doesn't show both, if that makes sense.
Is it when it changes? Is it instant and it feels like?
It's
or is there
it's
molding?
It's that fuzzy haze effect. The sort of grows and grows before it swaps. Almost like you're forced to not look away, but close your eyes, or you can't see enough for the change to for you to visualize the change for half a second. So it's like I can't see anything. Oh, it's all different.
So what do I
Isn't
see?
it weird how we've both had like alternating Fey maps in the same week?
I do a lot of alternating maps though. So, what were you gonna say, Beth? Sorry.
No, so you said it almost feels like you can't look, but she's got blind.
That's what I mean. That's why you can tell it's happening. Like you can kind of see through it. But
what does it look like when it changes? If she is looking and not. Like...
It is sort of just like a. You know, when you're doing like a PowerPoint presentation, and it just like fades in from one thing to the other, like it changes, it goes with like a slight whichever. So if it's going from the blue crystals to the other map, then it sort of goes purple, and if it's going the other way, then it's purple to blue.
If I
like
walk,
the glow.
Yeah, if I walk to where that structure was.
Mm-hmm.
And reach out to touch where it was, can I feel anything?
No.
I did the same
fly
thing when I
Yumi to where it would be, like in the middle of it.
The bigger one.
Tell. Just any of them. Just like fly Yumi, not in the very middle of it, but like the corner of where I would remember. I can't move, but I'm imagining. He said, like, someone try picking something, like, grab a sample of the soil in your hand, see if it changes when it flips back, and I would move Yumi to, like, the edge, so if this thing did reappear, Yumi would technically be in it to see what happens to him, because fuck that guy.
I was also going to try doing that as well, but I would be happy if Yumi does.
Of course you were doing it with yourself.
So, Sam, you pick up some of the ground.
I guess.
And while it's like this, I'll say you sort of take some of the whatever's on the ground, and it does feel like dirt rather than snow.
Is it warmer?
It still has that sort of cold quality to it, but it's definitely like, in comparison, it's warmer, but it is still cold.
Okay.
Can I did cast detect magic first, and then I'll do the other thing.
Okay.
Do we get anything from it?
I'll say no. You get a faintest bit of magic from the blue crystals, but that feels just like ambient magic from them rather than anything specific.
Could be like a conjuration cycle where it's just cycling in different things.
I have a very specific idea of what this is, but I can't confirm it until I finish what I'm doing.
We'll say. Oh yeah, go on, Beth.
No, my other idea was probably dangerous, but she was going to plant her hand in the soil. So if it flipped again, would she like flip with it if she was submerged?
This is why I'm putting Yumi in there to see what happens.
Oh, I didn't realise you were putting him in there. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, so it's basically put him in the physical space of where the structure that disappears would be. And then, because presumably in 3 minutes it'd cycle back, and if he's damaged, you just drop out the sky or have been annihilated. And they're the two choices.
There, probably where it is.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. Exactly
I'm just looking at like the ultimate version, like on the other layer. Like, is that? I think it's about right. Might be more like that, but it's fine.
Now, I have an idea of what this is, but I was wrong about the last few things. So.
Oh wait, sorry. It should be here where that bridge is. I'm looking. It's like, yeah, of course it is. There's no bridge on the other part. But yeah, we'll say, Archon, your comprehend languages finishes.
Okay, it's not concentration. I just need to finish the ritual.
Sort of like a minute or so after it's flipped to this blue again. And then, are you doing anything in the time where it's blue, or are you just going to wait until?
Yeah. So Sidon's picked up the dirt. We're waiting for it to, change. These rocks that are glowing. Yeah. Obviously, they're very distinctive glowing. Maeve's detected magic, didn't find anything particular, but they previously looked like obsidian. Now they very much look like Lazarus Laprai to me. But
they are. Oh, sorry, go.
Well, I was going to say, could I identify them, or not? When I say identify, in the loosest terms, would I be able to look at them and make a educated assumption
I
of what they were?
I will say, you can't tell specifically what they are, but these look very much like the crystals that are all around the Court of Creation. They are the same sort of type of blue crystal that Torai said will grow from the ground. However, because I don't know what they are until you mine them. And they, sort of shift with that conjuration magic. It's difficult to tell specifically what they are.
Yep.
You'd have to mine it to find out, essentially.
Okay. Look at it's like a small piece that's like could easily be lifted up, even if we haven't mined it. Is there a piece that can be picked up and moved around just by lifting it?
I will say for some of the, because there aren't like tiny bits. There are bits that are smaller.
Like this, I'm speaking specifically this bit or this bit.
I mean, either they you have to remember each thing of this is 5 feet. So even that is still pretty big.
Yeah, massive. Okay,
So like someone could theoretically pick it up, but it would still be pretty heavy. But we'll say after another 2 minutes or so of waiting around, being like, what's going to happen? You sort of feel that same haze-like effect, and I'll change the map back. While
I was on this sort of plateau up here, when it shifted, did it feel like a big ball got wedged into it, or was it seamless?
It was strangely seamless. Like, it should be like, it feels like this whole thing.
Yeah, you should feel like the ground shifts with something like that.
But it's like it was both always there and not there. It's really strange. But the few things you were testing, so, Sidon, the bit of soil or whatever that was in your hand, has changed to snow.
And it is snow. Is it the colour of the snow that's here? That's like shimmery, purpley glow.
Yeah, it's that same sort of shimmering, purpley snow that matches the rest of this area.
If I squeeze it in the palm of my hand, does it melt like snow?
Yeah, it acts like snow would.
Okay.
And then for Yumi, can Yumi make a con save?
Yep. Sorry, I was just making some notes. Do you have a character sheet for him? Yeah, I do. Yumi. This is probably not going to go well.
That didn't go well. So Yumi takes...
If it's more than 3d6, you've got to roll incredibly badly for this thing not to be completely destroyed.
9?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Yumi is in the zone of where this thing is. And as it reappears, Yumi is forcefully, shunted from the space he was in, however many feet to the side, and it takes 9 points of force damage and is almost completely obliterated.
Thank God I did not stand in the ball space.
That's going to take all afternoon to fix. Okay, well, I'm going to collect the pieces, put them in my pocket.
Make a joke about the ball.
Yes. That's the bit I'm confused at.
What? Sorry?
I said that when you said you were going to put Yumi into that space, I was actually tempted to actually stand in the space where the big ball was on the ramp. But you did Yumi instead, so I decided not to do that. Yeah, and I'm happy I didn't.
But it was how you phrased it, Sidon.
Thank goodness I didn't stand in the big ball bit.
Yeah. Ball
well, I mean, admittedly, you would be easier to fix than Yumi. Less time consuming anyway. So it looks so, if you did find yourself in that area, Sidon, if it allays your fears, I think you would be just thrown from it rather than obliterated, which was my concern. If we carried on this area and found ourselves in a area where there was something we couldn't see for whatever reason, we would be hurt but not destroyed. Poor Yumi. Oh no, he's lost one of his protuberances. Oh no, those things are a pain to find. Oh, here it is.
He lost the mandible.
Yeah, he lost the mandible. Okay, well, so glancing at this, I'm going to read it out loud. What it says. This one in common.
Thing, yeah. I'll just move you over to here.
Oh, by the way, I've kind of walked up here now because Maeve and Archeron are over here, so I felt a little bit safer walking up on this high ground.
Yeah.
Because you're the big, scary warlock, buddy.
Well, no, because if I walked up here to this distance before you guys, I would have got shouted at again.
It's over, mate. I have the high ground.
But how high is it? How high did it go?
It's about 10, 15 feet up where you are. It probably gets to about 20 at the height, or like the top, like up here, like over here.
I'm just going to defend myself a little bit. You wouldn't have got in trouble for walking up to it. You would have got in trouble if you'd have put us all in danger again.
So Archon, reading it, where is it in my notes? So that bit, it says, it's definitely written in umbral runes, and that text says, "No rest for the wicked, and may the dead stay dead."
So I'm going to read the first bit out, and then when it gets to the second bit, I'm going to occur to me that this could well be a spell. So I'm going to stop, consider, and then decide that since I'm not repeating the spell, and it's a fairly innocuous phrase, I'm not repeating it in its intended language, I should be okay. But just to make sure, I'm going to make an Arcana check just before I finish it off, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
While Archon does that, I've got to ask.
32, baby.
Nice.
This doesn't appear to be a spell.
Okay, cool.
Is there a where I'm standing? Is this like a bridge, and is there like an area? Like, can you walk underneath where I'm standing to get to this area behind?
I will say no. It's like a sheer rock wall.
Okay. And does this look like it's just an empty sort of cavern in
it just looks like another bit of the area. If you imagine it keeps going to the left, it just goes off into like the snow plains.
Okay. Yeah.
But sort of as Archeron is...
Sorry, it says no rest for the wicked, and may the dead stay dead.
No rest of the wicked.
Oh, I wrote that wrong. Sorry, it should say 4. That was me.
Oh, I heard 4. Okay.
I did say 4.
In my brain again. That's.
I did say 4. I just wrote it wrong when I
was reading what was in the.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't see you posted it. Sorry.
Yeah, I just.
Made the dead say dead. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. That must have just been me writing it wrong.
And it's the same thing on this one as well, because I think you said both of them had writing on it.
That one, I will say, it's something to like a similar effect.
Okay.
However, as Archeron is reading that, and he says it out loud, you're like, okay, that it's a bit ominous, but nothing crazy. Maeve.
Oh no.
You've never like seen this place before, and you don't know. You obviously may have heard those words in that order, but not here. But you instinctively know that what he's saying isn't right. Like something else is written there.
Oh.
Like he's saying, like the common languages, Archon, you're certain this is what it says.
Well, it's half of it's covered, isn't it?
Well, no. What I'm saying is like.
Common languages gives you the literal translation.
It's kind of like so
it's
like a tonal language, almost like in I think Chinese is a great example. If you say a phrase, but you need to say it with a certain like tone, and depending on where the tones land, it completely changes the meaning of the word. It's like that thing where if you put a comma in a certain part of the sentence, so like if it reads like no rest for the wicked and may the dead stay dead, or it could be no rest for the wicked and may the dead. You know, it can change the meaning of the sentence. That's why I take that to mean.
That's one of the limitations with comprehend languages. It can't break code. So, like for example, if thieves can't, you can understand the literal meaning of people saying thieves can't, but you can't understand it because it's code word. It's jargon. It means nothing.
Yeah, something that he said's wrong, and you don't know why you know it. But
can I make a check, like history or Arcana?
I will say no check necessary.
I'm assuming this is a guessing, but
I will say no check necessary. But you can get this sense like almost it's no, it's like drawing you towards that the big orb.
I'll go touch the big orb.
We've all been there, right, boys? Whey!
Touch the ball, put your hand on it.
Jesus.
I'd never say that to me again.
Yeah.
Cassian is right there.
So you like step up to like here.
Yeah.
And as you step up, you all see this as this orb begins to glow. That same purple energy that has been, around this area. Hold on one second.
I don't know why it's giving me vibes of like a dog wagging its tail when you walk up to it. I don't know why.
Is it the same purple as Maeve's like magic?
I mean, they're both purple. It's not like the same. It's like maybe similar. But yeah, you see,
it, guys.
Yeah,
you see that we walked in here. I was gonna say that kind of looked like a door of some sort, but then I decided not to.
But yeah, you see that orb glows that purple energy, and Maeve, you, I guess people, the people who aren't Maeve would notice this before she does. Her marks are glowing very slightly. That same sort of purpley color, and I'm actually going to change the music because this one feels too calm.
That page is still loading for me.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Maeve, you're glowing.
I actually tried refreshing the page, refreshing around 20 to see if that worked, but it didn't.
It's a very
okay.
Oh, there we go. Hey,
mine's still thinking about it. So here's one, right? And I know Maeve's previously been very cagey about it, but she has passed Archer on like a the Venetian man of her markings. So he's had a chance to look at them. Now he's looking at them, like seeing them glowing in reactions to Singlet and Umbral. Are the marks on her and akin to Umbral or Shadowfell?
No.
No? Okay. Right. Well, I guess that theory.
No, the marks now are very clearly Fae.
Okay. Just Fae.
But yeah, so Maeve, you can feel these words that are forming in your mind that you've never heard before, but you recognize them. And the best way, I will read them out in a second, but the best way you can describe the emotion behind these words is like someone calling into the darkness and beckoning like a family member home, but not expecting any response. That's the best like emotional description of it. And I will read out what forms in your mind, and it is: step where the veil is tattered and thin, where echoes of silence draw shadows within.
Have I heard that before? Sorry, continue. That sounded so familiar to me.
No, I didn't say that you've never heard these before. A second ago. Where was it? Follow the lanterns, cold and worn. Worn being WAN. Their pale hands beckon, where lost souls are drawn.
That first bit honestly sounded so familiar.
Wait, there's more.
Can you send it?
I will in a second.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to shut up and you say okay.
The rest of it is footfalls hush where grave mists creep, through fate's turn and omens weep. Home lies not. What?
Okay. Sorry.
Why? What?
I thought you finished. Sorry.
You are taking big pauses.
I know that's because it's in like stanzas. It's like a poem.
Okay.
I didn't know you could read.
Home lies not where the light is to tread, but where the stars glow dim in a forgotten bed. And that is it. And I will send it.
You say that line, I'm like, wow, damn, my covering language is wow. Fuck me. Okay. Jesus. Well, I don't know why I was so immensely wrong.
I should also mention one thing. Maeve, you take those words in, and as you sort of finish reading them, you feel as the area sort of locks into place for a moment, as if it's like tethered and no longer shifting between those two forms.
Yeah.
And hold on. You also at this point, this is sort of slightly out of game. You can add Umbral to your languages.
Ooh.
And the area does change a little bit more. So sorry if they're still loading for you.
Still loading for me. This is crazy.
Yeah.
It loaded for me. I was trying to like get a screen grab of it, but I can't because I want to.
Oh, there we are. It's just open. Okay.
Yeah, I've got the rings now.
Yeah, the rings just popped up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you think it's safe to go through? I see a little path over there.
What else say? No.
Oh, I didn't notice that. It opened up. I mean, to be honest, guys, I think we could have gone through before it shifted, but this is so much cooler.
Well, I would. I would say yes. I'm very keen to progress through. It'd just be, I mean, were we in different company? I'd say be wary, but Maeve, what's the vibe?
Sorry, I'm trying to add.
If you click on the languages bit, you scroll to the top. It says add new proficiency. Click on the drop down and then go to language, and then you just have to type in Umbral.
Oh, okay. I thought
it is an actual language, so you should be able to find it.
I can't.
When you add them, you don't collect from a drop down. You have to type in.
Yeah, you can.
But I can't. I went onto the languages bit on the.
No, it doesn't. It's literally
you
got to type it.
Add anymore.
I can.
Yeah, it's only if you do it because I had it today because Beth was talking about her campaign. There was a language I needed to add, and I was like, I thought you could pick it from a drop down as well. But anyway, it might be a different way of doing it from a drop down in the character builder. But when you add them in like that, you have to manually type them. It's a minor pain in the ass. Tiny.
I just tested it to see if it would let me do something, and it did let me do it.
Didn't you change it
Yeah,
to 2024?
for me as well.
Oh, what? What? I'm so confused.
So if you click the languages
proficiencies and training, you should click proficiencies and training. Choose an option.
This is what I get.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I click on language, and it says languages, custom language run or remove.
Well, look, there's existing in custom though.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What?
Weird.
Really?
It must be a 2024 thing then.
I did it on. I can do it on Maeve Street.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe it's just,
it's fine. It's fine, but
it's just joined with clipping enabled.
Yeah. What?
What are we looking for?
Oh, it's Beth streaming.
So if you click,
choose an option.
If you click choose an option, we can't see the drop down, but
that's all it says.
Yeah, there's no drop down.
Language.
Oh, it's that.
Yeah, just type in Umbral.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just weird. Yeah, I had the same thing.
So your drop down button isn't working where it says add new proficiency.
No, so it says.
Yeah, it's just we can't see it.
Oh no, I'm being stupid.
Oh yeah, it's working there though.
Yeah, I didn't read it properly.
See, that doesn't appear for mine.
That is weird.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Sorry, me and James are not very clued in. All right.
Yeah, we did the exact same thing there.
Yeah.
To be fair, I almost did it, and then I was like, "Oh wait, hold on, I think I got it."
But yeah, so Maeve, you can read Umbral, and you've read that, and this thing is opened up a little bit.
Can I see lanterns?
No. When you look through it, you just see the rest of the map as you can see it.
I'm gonna jump off this 15-foot high bridge.
Slow fall, nice one.
Waste the key point.
I don't think you waste a key point.
I think slow fall's not.
Oh, is it not
reaction?
It's wizards. Yeah, feather fall from a 15-foot drop. Before we rush in, just would recommend a smidgen of caution. Should we wait to see if, when the cycle resets, the gate is still open? Because what we don't want to do is walk through and have the gate closed.
I did mention that it feels like it's tethered.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I missed that bit. Obviously, we don't know that. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
No, I think it's tethered now.
Okay. So it passes the vibe check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going on an
mean,
adventure.
yes. If you, yeah, I'm keen to find out where this leads us.
No.
Pardon?
Yes.
I don't need to ask you, do I?
Ask me to do what?
Behave.
Oh my god.
I am interested in what is behind this this path. I mean, I'm interested in seeing what happens, and I'm perfectly fine to just wait a little bit for you guys to take the lead. It's perfectly fine with me. But the guard thing was a complete accident. When I rushed into that portal,
I know you're angry. I'm sorry you feel that way. Apology. Jesus.
No. I was making a joke. I didn't actually genuinely expect to get into trouble immediately on teleporting into the court of creation. That was.
How about this time we all walk through together? Yep. And that way, no singular person is liable to get the finger of blame pointed at them. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Groovy.
I don't think this is a portal, though, is it?
So you all interlock hands and start to skip down the Elder Road.
I feel that it'll change the minute we walk through, but I can't promise it.
So whoever simultaneously moves there, you step, and you're like, "What's going to happen?" And nothing happens.
Oh well, that was a massive disappointment. Oh well, carry on.
Did you just do you just expect stuff to change when you walk through a building?
Well, this is the Fae, Sidon. I don't know what I was expecting, but not nothing. Last time we came to the Fae, Porridge changed colour. Remember, before we came here, he looked like, a very handsome, obviously, but run-of-the-mill, garden variety magpie. But now, look at him. He looks fabulous.
Yes. But, I mean, that's the beauty of the Fae. When you're expecting something weird, nothing will happen. Because, you know what? The Fae fucks with you. And they understands that you want something weird to happen, so it will do nothing instead.
Okay, well...
I don't like
that. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Fetch is not a big
reminds me, I don't know if anyone's seen Lethal Weapon 2, but it reminds me of Leo.
He is a fucking lethal weapon.
You the draft. Oh, thanks, babe.
Hey, that wasn't a compliment.
My body is a lethal weapon.
You're a lethal weapon to yourself.
To yourself and those who are immediately around you.
So it's tethered now. So I know we came here to look at crystals. I really want to try and mine one. Should we try to? Well, we walk through. We can't see any lanterns when we walk through.
There's no visible change
because we're on the snowy stone. Oh. Yeah, because these are like the grey stones. These aren't the crystals, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We can get some on the way back.
The economy.
Yeah, there are loads of crystals around. Like this is just like where a lot of them were / are.
I'm not quite sure what we've done now. I hope we haven't permanently locked the Shadowfell here. That would be of all the things we could have done. Just below releasing an Eldritch Horror onto an unsuspecting town.
We don't know
that would
if it's an Eldritch Horror.
Silence.
Well, I mean, this one was as a group, but you're not getting like sinister. It feels wholesome, not wholesome, but not sinister, I suppose. Yes?
Well, it doesn't not feel sinister, considering the text on the engraving said things about grave mists and lost souls and omens, but it also doesn't feel. I don't.
Did that not put you in mind of the grey, though?
Yes, which is why I'm tempted to keep going.
Yeah, lead on. I was hoping for a
comfortable with coming with.
No, it's I was expecting something immediate to happen, and I wonder if we've missed something.
Missed point.
I wonder if we've missed
I do have a question, Maeve. I don't know if you know, but does the grey transcend multiverses? Nope. Universes, dimensions, planes. There we go. Thank you, Archeron.
You've been reading too much comic books, haven't you?
Does it transcend the planes? Like, is the grey only in the material plane, or does it come out here into the Fey as well, the Feywild?
God.
I will say that the grey isn't on every plane. The grey is. It's the best way to describe it. It's like the border realm between actually, let me make sure I'm getting this right before I say words. Yes, I'm right. It is the almost the border plane between the material plane and the 4 closest planes, if that makes sense. So it's so if you picture it like a circle, it's the material plane in the center. And then around the material plane, like very thin, is the grey. And then sort of out from that is the Echo, the Shroud, the Shadowfell, and the Feywild. And those are like the closest bordering planes to the material plane. And the grey is like the bit in the middle. So if we're describing this like a sandwich...
lasagna.
Just the grey. So I get the grey is a border between those 4 realms and the material plane, right? But does that also spread between those 2 realms? So, for instance, the Shadowfell and the Feywild, does that also have a grey between them?
If I send this, obviously viewers can't see this, but if I just put that to general, I do, yeah.
Map. Sick.
So the grey is that circle bit.
And it does. Okay, so it does work like that. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, like between the Echo and the Feywild, you can. Okay, cool.
Think of in like D&D terms, the closest thing is it's like the ethereal plane, but it's kind of it shares similarities to that, but it's different. But I will say if. I'll say, Maeve, your best, educated guess, the text you just read feels like I don't want to say riddle because that feels like you gotta answer it with a thing, but it feels like it's almost directions to do something.
Yeah, follow the lanterns. Alright, okay.
Well, it's the first step where the veil is tattered and thin. That we don't. Well, we can assume that's here because of the thingy, but the echoes and silence of shadows then potentially could be here because of the Shadowfell. Follow the lanterns, cold and wan, their pale hands back and where lost souls are drawn. Hell, a southerner wrote that. Because it writes.
I got so excited then because I was looking at the first letters and the first capital letters are S and W and I was like, Southwest! And then F and I was like, never mind.
Southwest!
Yeah. Footfalls hush where the grave mist through fate's turn and omens weep. So the echoes of silence, just going back to your map, I thought I saw something with silence. Clearly I was wrong. Oh, it's the echo. I was getting confused with the echo. Okay, sorry, screw it. My brain isn't working. I'm tired. Pass. We just carry on then, I suppose. Yeah. Or that's Archon will just follow. I don't know. Me no brain good.
Use of silence.
I'm getting hung up on the echo bit. That's what.
Don't worry about the echo bit.
Yeah.
I have to have use wording.
Yeah.
Everyone, shh! 1 second. Do I hear anything?
No.
Fuck's sake.
Well, it's silence. That's good, right?
Yeah, but we need echoes of silence. Silence!
Okay, so Artron pulls out an acoustic guitar. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Echoes of silence. Wouldn't that be the wind?
No, because it's not silent. They're aeonal tones.
Yeah.
And if echoes of silence echo around when no one's there to hear them, do they in fact echo at all?
Asher, why have you given us another puzzle? You know how long the last one took.
I'm just gonna say can we just keep walking forward and see if something else happens?
There's 2 different ways to go.
I mean,
what time of the day is it?
So
it's like 4:30.
And what time is it going to get dark?
Like 7:30.
Where are the shadows?
And how long will it take for us to walk to the town?
Like 2 hours.
Which direction are the shadows leaning towards?
The shadows will say they are leaning towards where they're on the map, so you can see like there's a darker spot here and a lighter spot here. So I guess to the east of this map, if you were to cross that.
Is there any... Genuine question. Wind passing through this ring, does it create a sound?
It creates a sound as wind would passing through anywhere.
Yeah. But, like, does it sort of, like, get directed in a direction?
No.
Thanks for giving us absolutely nothing.
Maybe we have to just keep repeating the word silence.
Silence. Silence. Silence.
Silenzio. We're echoing silence, right?
No, can you repeat it in Umbral? And see if anything happens when we speak it in Umbral.
What, silence?
The whole thing.
I will repeat it in Umbral.
Go on, then. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, what were you going to say?
I was going to say... So, on this map, if we were to head up here...
Yeah.
Does this lead out?
It leads out of the area, yeah.
Yeah. Then this is a non-issue then.
No, we're not stuck here, but like if we move away from the map, then we're moving away from the hook. You know what I mean?
We walk in both directions. There's one of them blocked off.
Then none of them are blocked off, but you can sort of see, sort of as you are looking around, that the sort of area, this crystal, sort of what I would say zone, I guess, ends and goes back to like normal grounds. I'm trying to think of how far.
This is the point of interest.
I'll say so, reading
have
that
you touched this? Like, have you laid hands on it, Maeve?
Yeah.
That's what activated it.
So reading it in Umbral, it doesn't do anything specific, but in Umbral, a lot. I don't want to say a lot more of this because that feels really weird, but as you're speaking the Umbral, the area around you does get faintly darker. And obviously, you've said a few times that there's like these perpetual shadows around Maeve that are sort of a little bit more intense, maybe than the rest. But you can sort of feel that shadow getting stronger and almost expanding a little bit as you're speaking these words in Umbral, which might give you a hint towards maybe darkness is the key to this.
Okay, so Maeve, because she has borrowed knowledge, and I imagine when she uses borrowed knowledge, the shadows that she has like triple, because it's the knowledge of the spirits that are like, "Hey, we'll help you out, buddy."
Do you not have darkness?
No.
You do have the spell darkness as a drow.
Do I?
Yeah.
Is it like one of the race specific things?
From Drow High Magic, or Drow.
Yeah,
I
don't. Magical darkness,
you
no one
can't
can
cast
see
a shadow
him.
in darkness.
And
I need to follow the shadows, don't I?
Has it said that?
Well, this is where it gets cagey, but
What's written
I mean, if you don't think it's that, I could cast minor.
Okay, so you cast darkness, and we'll say it's. If I just make a zone around me for a second. What darkness is 20 feet or something?
Radius, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's like
60
that.
feet. Oh no,
60-foot radius.
Range.
That's range.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not seeing this because my map hasn't fully loaded.
Oh my god, really?
There it is. I've finally seen the aura. It just picked it up. It took a while.
Yeah, I realized I hadn't clicked scene on it. So as you create that area of darkness around you, Cass, you're momentarily like, oh, what the fuck am I? And as you do so, while obviously you can't see anything in the spell darkness because you need like magical dark vision.
Well, how long has it been since I did my?
Well, you did that while it was changing, so it's probably, I don't know how long it lasts. I think it's a minute. So it's probably been longer than that, but it's fine. Obviously, usually you can't see anything in magical darkness, and very few people actually can. But as you're in this area of darkness, you begin to see multiple sets of purple hands, purple eyes, and purple claws almost sort of reach out, not towards you but around you, and they begin to form into this purple pedestal that you can just barely see even in the magical darkness. And sort of after a moment or two, on top of this pedestal, which is like, you can reach up, you can reach and grab it, it's like chest height or something, is a small statue.
Can I see what it's of?
It's difficult to see in the darkness.
Okay, but if I
grab it, see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. You grab the statue, and immediately as you do so, the shadow and the darkness around you dissipates. Hold on 1 second. Just the darkness. It was never there. And
good name. Why did you cast darkness? What happened?
And
I couldn't see anything.
Hold on 1 second. And you can see. Oh, I've done that wrong. Have I done that wrong? Sorry. I'm looking at so many things. No, I haven't. That's sorry. It's just being really weird. Yeah. So you can see that the runes on that sort of ring are. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I don't know what's happening anymore. There we go. If I just do that.
Oh, boom!
There we go. That's what I was struggling with, because they were slightly wider than before, so I was getting really confused. I thought I'd messed up the alignment. But the runes around the outside are now glowing that same purple. And in your hand is a obsidian carved figurine. Similar to the rocks that are around, and you instinctively know what this is and what it does. I will just put it into general, the magic item, and finally along that sort of slightly expanded ring with the purple text, in Umbral, It reads, May this be the key to recovering what was once lost. Tragedy is a part of life, and ours has been bitter long enough. Return with her, and your path forward will be clear. I'll just send that. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, which one is it talking about?
That's a very good question.
Tragedy is a part of life, and ours has been bitter long enough. Who is that from, and who is it about? Does it feel like
the one shot?
Huh?
The woman from the one shot. I can't remember her name. She was from the Shadowfell.
What's her name? Vesper?
I think it was Vesper.
That's something like that, yeah.
It's cute. Maybe this may be the key to recovering what was once lost. Does it feel like? Sorry, I was trying to write things down for once. So, did you say that was something that she heard or something that she read?
Something you can read that written on that ring on the outside. That the glowing purple one now.
Right. Can I ask? Maeve's grandmother. Whose name? Mara, was it?
Her great-grandmother is named Mara.
Great-grandmother. Was she from the Shadowfell?
I
can't remember if Gethin said she was.
Let me see. One moment, please. That's the wrong bit of my notes. There's the right bit of my notes.
I mean, reading this, you could ask the effigy a question.
Yeah, I know. I just don't want to use it.
What I'll say, I'm just reading what Gethin would have said and what information you were given. Mara was from the Shadowfell.
Okay, cool. See, I think this might have been not for Maeve, but Maeve has found it through some way, shape, or form. Because I think
Destiny
this
is calling.
Yeah, I think this is from her grandfather, her great-grandfather. Because
hidden in magical darkness around a weird Shadowfell thing. It's a very good hiding place, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe the key to recovering what was lost, and what was lost was his wife's sanity. It could be that. It could also be, obviously, her sister, but this doesn't have anything to do with Faye, so...
The other thing
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, the other thing, it might help alleviate some of the mystery, is that Gethin would have said that Mara's title was the Herald of Tragedy.
Yeah. Tragedy is a part of life.
What I'm thinking is, knowing what the magical effect of the item, right? And the wording there, may this be the key to recovering what was lost, makes it sound like you have to ask it, how do we get it back?
Well, no, because you don't ask it questions as in, how do we do this? You ask it questions
relating to an event that occurs within the next 7 days.
So if we're going to try to break into a building, will that go well?
Yeah, I can't say, will we get the... will we find so-and-so in the next 7 days? Because that's it then. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like time travel. It fucks it up. You can't ask something unless you have a clear path of how to do it.
It is very hard to ask a question about the future in a game with
you have to ask like if we do this or like is this a good path forward rather than like will this be a good like it's
yeah. So when we went into fight at the gate, the specific question I asked is who do we, since we're going to be in the fight anyway, which of the party members do we need to focus on protecting? And it was specifically called out Layla and Sidon as like targets. Which I that was about as specific as I thought I could ask.
Yeah.
Any more specific, and it's like, well, no, fuck off.
It's like, how the fuck am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
I can't ask it something like, is Krissa here? Because that's not relating to an event. It would have to be, will I see Krissa in the next 7 days?
It's like, if we go to place A, can I see this person?
Yeah.
Or like, it's a very, you have to be really specific with the wording, and I'm fine for it to be bent one way or another slightly, as long as I can give an answer. Obviously, if it's like, if I jump off this cliff, will I, like, where will I land? I can't tell you that.
Yeah, if I buy a lottery ticket, will I win? I don't know the numbers on Bull Jet.
Yeah.
What does the entity look like? Because you said it's a figurine sculpted. Does it look like anything?
It's like
a person?
It's like
I thought it was going to be a figurine of wondrous power when you said it was a figurine that's made out of obsidian. I was like,
I think it's a Funko Pop.
It looks. What's my description of it? It's like a humanoid figure, sort of looking down slightly, wearing like a cloak with like a veil in front of their eyes. The eyes are very faintly glowing, like purple. But you can't really make out much detail, because it isn't that detailed. It's like a somewhat rough carving that has been smoothed out. So it's like the basic form of a humanoid with a cloak and a veil.
Right.
That's sort of the most you can get.
The cloak. Does it look like Maeve's?
It's there isn't enough detail to tell if it looks like a specific cloak or not.
Okay.
It's like a long billowing cloak.
Yeah. I don't know what to ask it right now, so I'm gonna wait. But I do want to do something, but it doesn't have to be right now. Because I feel like regardless of what we do, there's someone I need to reach out to. But I think we've done everything we can here. So if Archon, do you want to mine some rocks?
That's so patronizing.
I just don't know what to do. I'm very stuck on what to ask because it's so specific.
Yeah, you don't have to ask anything now. You have
do you want to look at some cool rocks?
Well, no, because you said you wanted to mine. You wanted to mine the rocks.
We want Simon to punch the rocks.
I can also punch the rocks. Mate, there is actually another ball. I don't know if it's just the same ball.
I would say that's not that is just the map. It's made of that same material as the other one, but it doesn't really have any magic to it.
Yeah, same ball. But
if there's very little Artron can bring to this. This is all like James's brain is going. So Artron is like, I don't know. He's mourning the broken air drone. The broken drone. So he's gonna say yes. He has a name. Not when he's broken. He doesn't.
Wow.
He's dead to me at that point.
He's dead to me now. Yeah. Artron is going to say yes, please. So yes, please. Yes, please to cool rocks.
Okay, so we'll say
this has gone quite well. I might sound discouraged. This has gone well. I'm discouraged because I wasn't able to figure it out. But that's okay. We can't be right all of the time.
So I'll say that obviously these rocks here, they are going to stay like this for a bit. You don't know how long, but while you're in the area, they're going to stay this sort of color and shape. If you want to mine the fey crystals, you can go like 200 feet to the end of this weird zone and mine them if you'd like.
Yes, please.
I'll just go back to this map for now. We'll say you guys like here. Okay, so to mine these rocks, let me find what I have written down for it. So if you can think of another way to do it, that is fine. But what I have written down is you can mine a crystal with a sleight of hand check. If you are proficient with jeweler's tools, you can have advantage on the check.
I do have advantage with jeweler's tools.
Bear with me.
And
I don't have either of those things.
You don't need jeweler's tools to do it, but if you are proficient with them, you can have advantage.
I have tools and I have the proficiency.
Just a quick one from the DM. So,
yes.
When we got Rayod all those many moons ago, you said I got access to the spell Borrowed Knowledge. Now, I'm not sure if you meant I added that, I learned that spell permanently, or I added it to my spellbook. For ease, I just added it to my spellbook.
Mm-hmm.
But do I constantly have access to Borrowed Knowledge?
I'll say make me an Arcana check. This is just, we'll say maybe you don't always have access to it, but at this current time you can use it if you want to.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna burn a second level slot then and give myself. I don't have the spell to hand, but I know it gives you proficiencies. Yeah, I don't have jeweler's tools, so I'm going to give myself.
You don't have to do it with, like, you don't need the tool to do it, but if you're proficient with them, you have advantage.
I'll just give myself that proficiency, and I don't think it's a concentration spell, is it? Borrowed knowledge.
I think it might be. I don't know.
Can I, instead of sleight of handing to mine, can I either make an athletics check or an unarmed strike to shatter the crystals?
Well, the main thing is there's a difference between shattering them and mining them, because if you shatter them, there's a chance that there won't be any magic when you pick them up, or the magic will be broken in it. That's the reason it's sleight of hand, because you have to do it carefully.
Yes, I understand.
Or knowledge is not concentration, by the way.
Yeah, I just looked it's not. Yeah.
I understand that, but I thought the point was so. Listen, I can punch a rock.
Listen, if you want to punch rocks. If you want to go to a different crystal and punch it, you can make me an attack roll. I'll say this. Yes.
12.
12. You hit the rock, you shatter a bit of it, and what do you want, a metal?
That's almost max roll damage.
Yeah, 13. So you shatter a decent amount of it, but you shatter a rock. Oh, I mean, you shatter a crystal.
Yep.
I hit that rock.
Is that
I did that.
Any shards of the shattered crystal that has anything?
There are shards
or is it like dimmed down?
Yeah, there are shards of it, but they are inert, like almost glass-like crystal.
I will grab the broken glass.
Mm-hmm. It might make it cool. It might make a cool necklace or like a bit of jewelry. But
I broke a crystal.
Well done, son. I knew you had it in you. I'm being really thick today, so my brain has just gone completely out of my ass. I can choose the mental stat, can't I, to roll a tools check?
Well, you're not making a tools check. You're making a sleight of hand check.
But you get
okay.
If you're proficient with jeweler's tools, you have advantage on it.
Oh, right. I see what you mean. What would be better advantage or +4?
We already have advantage on it.
Yeah, okay. Sleight of hand. I'm going to give myself guns. Guns! Mm-hmm. Go. Bullshit. 21.
21, very nice.
Wait. Fucking love
25. Cass, if you want, you can also mine another crystal. Like a different one. James, can you roll me a d8?
That I can. Oh, I've just fucking closed my browser down again. Have I done that? I keep doing this. I just dropped my mouse and it shut down my browser.
Wait, how do I roll with tools?
If you just roll sleight of hand check with advantage.
Oh, okay. Sleight of hand.
Give yourself guns if you want. Never mind. Yeah, Cass, you're not used to these sort of crystals. You're used to like pearls.
I harvest pearls, not fucking crystals.
Yeah, this is a different ballgame.
Hey,
yeah, pearls are from oysters, right?
Yeah.
Look, I've already shattered a crystal here. Do you want me to shatter this one for you? Is that all right? That's how you manage things, right?
Ma'am, is this crystal bothering you?
Sure, I guess.
Okay, I will say,
I was going to nudge Maeve and be like, "He's giving her jewelry, Maeve."
Jen, sorry, because you're on advantage, you do get to roll that d8 twice and get both of them.
Okay. 3.
1 and 2.
Oh,
It's 1 and 2. So for the 1, you get. I will say you just innately know what they are. Actually a pretty good magic item.
Cool.
It's called a dispelling stone.
Oh.
And then it's good.
Confirming up to 30 feet in its
and then
that's epic.
That is a strong
and then the second one you get is a lot less interesting.
Well,
but it's a shard of aquamarine.
Okay. Oh, cool. Aquamarine's nice. I like aquamarine. Hey, it's worth 500 gold.
To the right buyer, you can get about 500 gold for it.
Yeah, decent. Okay, let me add them to my.
That dispelling stone one is a really good item, but
it is.
There's a slight caveat there. Because the stone gets destroyed, it's going to become one of those things that you have in Skyrim, where it's like, oh, I don't want to use it on this fight because I may be a bigger fight later on that we may need it more important.
It's a one-use pretty good thing.
Same for the big bad evil guy right at the end. He's going to have
BBG's got no magic. It's just a fighter. Fighter, no magic.
It's only level 5 spells. So it's not like that's not a big bad evil fight. Let's be honest, because a lot of them don't use spells.
It's the henchman.
It's the henchman. Yeah, this is like he casts summon, Fae, and I'm like, no, you don't.
No, don't.
What I might do is install that in Yumi and have him kamikaze someone.
You just want this guy to kill himself over and over.
No, because like it's so easy for me to cheese it. It's like the fucking casting a spell through Rayod. It's so easy to cheese it that like I don't really want to do that because it just trivializes so much for Archer to just be like, well, I don't even need to be near people to deal just an insane amount of damage. It doesn't even need to be, it could be hiding around a corner 300 feet away and he's still absolutely fucking ruining people's day. So I'm not that's why I don't do it all the time. It's more fun to be like up in the mix. But yeah, I think making Yumi a kamikaze is really funny to me.
So it probably takes you, 10 minutes or so, 50 minutes to mine those crystals properly, and punch them. But is there, before we go to break, is there anywhere you're gonna go afterwards? Bearing in mind that probably the next place you go will start to get dark.
I would recommend we head towards the city, either Outer Steppes or Inner Haven, so we don't have to rest out in the bloody cold frozen tundra.
My vote's on the Outer Steppes just because it seems a little bit. The Inner Haven seems a little bit fortressy. The Outer Steppes seems more where the real people will be.
Yes, but the Inner Haven. I'm not disagreeing with you. There's a word in there that's very attractive to me, and it's haven. That could be. It could be very comfortable. It could be hotels. It could be soft
but it could also
bedding.
be full of corrupt officials that are rich.
But as long as we're not bothering them, that's fine. We're only sleeping there.
I like the scuddy Outer Steppes.
It could be horrible.
Well, I vote for the Inner Haven because
yes, I mean. I tell you what, there's nothing to stop us. If you want to, I'm really desperately trying to think of a word that isn't slum it. Look, if you want to kick it with the real folk,
I think slumming it is a great descriptor of what it is, and I think it builds character.
You can go and be your character while we sleep in proper beds.
Son, this is said with all the love in the world. I think you have enough character.
Yes.
I certainly have had enough. I don't want any more character for myself. What I really want is a soft bed, a warm bath, and some hot food. That isn't weird fey chicken that looked like vulture, and I don't even know what it tastes like, but it looked horrendous. So
I think it could make good jerky, but it's up in the air at the minute.
But perhaps where it should have stayed, up in the air. However, I for one, I'm going to. We don't even know if we can get into the Inner Haven. Torai said that it's guarded, or you can only go there on official business. Maeve, perhaps you can show your credentials. That sounded really perverted. It wasn't. I was like, as a member of the Court of Shades. Yes. I think I just kind of drew more attention to it when I said it. I also would like to see if there's any shops inside. I did. I have something in mind for this aquamarine, and I would like somewhere calm, quiet to work and see if I can fit Shumi.
Okay.
Ideally, but if we can't.
So you guys begin to head over to the Inner Haven, and we'll just see if you guys can get in first before we take a break. But it probably takes you, 2.5 hours ish to get there. So we'll say it's about.
As we're walking, I'm just gonna be like, so if we're having to talk to gods, are you gonna want me to keep my mouth shut or actually talk?
Yes. Depends on
if they speak to you, son, just I was gonna say be yourself. Use your follow Maeve's lead.
I would say it really depends on the context as well. Just don't go in like, "What up, bitch? Why you got one arm?"
What the fuck's wrong with your face?
Still don't see the problem with that.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's the problem. That you don't see the problem.
So it's about, we'll say, 7:15-ish, and you can see that the sky is starting to get darker. And you go up to the
snowman is gonna kill everyone.
Oh my god, he's got a lightsaber.
Great sword.
You go up to the Inner Haven, the gate, and you can see that there are sort of two water myrmidons. Sort of recognized as like the normal guard, and then on there's like a heightened bit at the top. And there are two other sort of fey creatures that are clearly like also guards of some sort. But one of the water myrmidons looks to your group and says, "Halt!" Do you stop?
Okay, we halt.
I stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
take one extra step.
Jesus. What is your business in the Haven?
We'd like to rest the night. It's cold. I'd like to also trade not trade, but make use of the trading facilities. Very cold.
Can you make me a persuasion check?
Oh man. Yeah, but no, probably. 13's not bad.
13. The Myrmidon looks sort of around towards, the group, because there's 8 of you, I believe.
I mean, it is getting dark, and
Archon does look cold and pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm aware.
We just require shelter for the night.
What are we, Jesus?
The
go to the outer steps.
The Myrmidon thinks for a second, and then the guy, the next to him is another Myrmidon, sort of whispers something to him, and the first guy says, "Do we have anything that might..." Thinks. You tell he's not good at this.
I can try. Sorry, I was not. I was busy. I can throw my weight around, but I don't know if it will work.
What would I say? What would you say in this situation?
What's up, bitch? Do you know who I am?
Yeah, pretty much I'll do that.
We are here, travelers, from... Okay. Friends from the Court of Shades, visiting, looking for a place to spend the night.
Okay. Can you make me a persuasion check? Yeah.
And it's nighttime, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll say it's that time.
Yes.
Get it there. It's like 7:15. Yeah.
So I get advantage?
I believe so.
You're gonna get subtle guidance as well.
Jesus.
Double net 20.
That's not persuading.
No, because it's nighttime, you get disadvantage.
No. My cool dress gives me advantage.
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter what I'm saying.
Another thing, James did do a sort of spell guidance, he said.
Yeah.
Okay, which
so
is
that is
D4.
And a D4, so that's a minimum 30.
I'm rolling that for something else, don't worry, that's because I didn't recharge my cloak.
Okay.
Oh, it's the same thing anyway. That's
31. You do also, I mean, not that you need it, you do also have the talisman D4 if you want to add another D4. There you go.
Yes, there you go. 35.
35. Yeah, so what I was gonna say is that you're gonna have to bribe this guy. However...
Bat my eyelids and wiggle my hips. Get in.
He goes, "Woo!" And he says, he like looks up to the two at the top of the head and says, "Open the gates." And you are let in.
I just realised the snowman has a flaming sword.
Yep.
And you are let into.
He's asking for money as well.
Yeah, you were let into the inner haven. And I'll just go through this quickly because it's easier. Is there anything? Obviously, you guys are going to try and find a place to stay, which is easy enough. You can see there is obviously it's getting later in the day, so there aren't as many people, but there are definitely a number of denizens of the Fae around here that are eating food. There are some. Maybe restaurants is the wrong word, but smaller places to eat. There are a few inns as well. What the fuck? What?
Sorry, I didn't realise I couldn't see that. Sorry.
What is that?
Don't worry.
What is what?
What's that?
You wouldn't have seen it. It was on Porridge's layer.
Yeah, I can see something on the GM layer. I was like, because I'm the DM, I can see it. That's weird. But you can find a place to stay. It'll be... The prices are a bit expensive for... but we'll say for each person, it's 2 gold a night, which is a lot compared to some inns.
Yeah.
As we go in, can I lean down to one of the guards and just go, are we able to come and go? Now that we've been let in, do we get a stamp to say you're free to come and go as you please? Or...
the guard says, "While I'm here, you're fine, but if there's another guy, maybe not."
Did we get a pass, a receipt, or?
I'm not authorized to give that out.
No, fair enough. Well, we'll only likely be here for one night, so thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers, buddy.
But yeah, you can get a place to stay, and obviously it's expensive, but it is nice. You try some nicer Fae food that isn't weird Fae chicken, and can go to your rooms. I assume during the evening, Archeron is fixing Yumi.
Yeah. There is other stuff I want to do, but I can do
there
it in the
is
morning.
some stuff I want to do in the evening.
Well, I'll say, Archeron, if you want to make me a Tinkerstall's check, you can do that.
Can I use intelligence for that, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Simon, what was it you were trying to do?
Ooh.
So...
14, it takes you most of the... You might, go to bed, an hour later.
Okay.
Go on, Pete.
If I can, I want to see if I can find Maeve and just have a chat.
I think she'd be, depending on what time it is, she'd just be... If we got a shared space,
No.
Common room.
No, like you.
Could be in her room then.
Yeah.
Knock.
Why do I imagine that Maeve wouldn't open the door and Cassian would?
That's fine. Cassian opens the door.
What's up, brother?
He's there, like, rubbing her temples, like, I just need a quiet night, and then, no, okay, guys.
Sup, brother?
Cassian says, you stunned me there. What do you need?
Well, we're basically brothers now. You're one of my close friends now at this point.
Well, I'm glad, but I just
What the fuck do you want?
What do you want?
I was hoping I could have a chat with Maeve, if that was alright.
Maeve, Siden's here.
From the other side of the room, I imagine she's like sitting at a desk, her elbows on the desktop, and like just her head in her hands, and she just goes, ugh. Stands up.
I mean, I can close the.
No.
Yep.
Stay here. You may need to hold me back. Yes, Sidon.
Up. Well, I just wanted to talk about the other day, the whole impulsive jumping into a portal, then stealing a guy's key thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping we could walk and talk under the night sky, but if you want to do it here with Cassian holding you back, that's perfectly fine with me.
I can step out if it's.
No,
it's
fine.
fine.
I'll get my coat, and she walks off, leaving Sidon and Archeron at the Sidon and fucking Cassian at the door, just like awkwardly looking at each other, like.
No, honestly, man, you're like my like a really close friend. It's what I'd call all my close friends when I was at the temple. That we were all like family.
You call them brother.
That's just my inflection.
Okay.
But
I mean, if you want me to say it properly, I can.
I mean, I don't.
Brother.
I don't.
See, it
Why
doesn't
do you
work
sound
very.
like Scar?
Yeah, you know, I don't.
Doesn't work very well, does it? Not friendly.
I wasn't saying you'd say it differently. I was more just stun-locked by the fact I opened the door and that. But it's
Well, it was
fine.
the first bit that came to my mind.
Yeah.
Maeve will come back with her coat. Just to save them.
I need a drink.
Right, so I'll just.
As she walks out, she whispers, "If I'm not back in an hour, send help."
Gives you a thumbs up as he walks
I think
past.
he's going to kill me.
No, as we walk out, I don't know how the streets are. I don't know.
It's fucking cold.
It's relatively. It's cold, but it's like there's lights and stuff, like small lanterns. They're relatively like thin streets. That makes sense. Like the houses are close together. But yeah, it's relatively nice.
Look, Maeve, what I wanted to actually say is, genuinely, I'm sorry if what I've done has put you out. I understand that how I act sometimes. I understand the consequences of my actions, and I understand that not a lot of people agree with what I do. And yeah, maybe I should think a little bit more before I act. But I'm just. It's hard to explain. I don't mean to come across as like I'm going to do this to spite everyone else. It's never my intention.
I know.
But there is also I'm not the best at reading people. But I like to think that I'm better than I actually let on. And sometimes when we met and when we started to get to know each other and everything, I sort of saw you as someone who was proud, and I admired that, but there was always something holding you back. And maybe I pushed a little bit hard, but I did genuinely think that maybe I could push those buttons and make you come out of your shell and take the position where you can just be the strongest person among us. You're one of the few people I would consider the leaders of this group. The other one being Drac, and that's only because I trust him, because he's never done anything wrong in his entire life since he's been a part of this group. It's insane how, like, squeaky clean that guy is. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, what about Slab? Okay.
Slab, the guy third wheeled on my first date with a person. I mean, you know. And...
You dragged me along.
He's not even here to defend himself.
But honestly, you and Drac are some of the people I would consider could be the leaders of this group. And I'll happily pledge myself to your service, especially after that display the other night in the tavern.
Look, Sidon, I'm flattered that you think that. But the problem is, if you haven't noticed, I am a little bit of a control freak. I can admit that. I need to know what's going on, how I can work with it. I don't like things I'm not expecting thrown at me, which is why I get so cross when people make decisions that affect everybody without thinking. I know that you're impulsive, and that's just a personality trait, as wanting to be in control is clearly one of mine, and that is probably where we butt heads, because I have to think a lot about something before I do it, whereas you don't tend to think a lot. But you, for some reason I don't quite understand, are just quite lucky with these things.
I will like to say that it may seem like I don't think it through, but there are times where, surprisingly, I'm very quick to think on my feet. You have to be when you've been in the wilderness for 6 years. You need to know when and where to move and how to hide and how to hunt.
Well,
and sometimes you just learn to think quick, think fast, and act. So sometimes it may not be luck, it may just be genuinely strategy. And when it comes to fighting, and I don't mean like magical tactician, like tactician on a battle map or anything. I mean like in an actual one-on-one, my strategies are pretty top-notch. I know where people's weaknesses are. It's probably the only thing I've got going for me.
That's not true. You piss me off more than anybody I've ever met in my entire life. And that's saying something because of the way Artron was up until a few months ago. I love him to bits, but my god, did he piss me off at times. But
random guy says he's not even here to defend himself.
But it's the stubbornness, and I'm well aware that the reason that it pisses me off is because we are both as stubborn as each other. You have your ways, I have mine. I know that. What I think bothered me and tipped it over the edge for the impulsiveness turning into something more than impulsiveness, it became more trying to prove a point when Drac told you to stop and had to walk away from the situation. Because he came to the bar and told us, up until what he'd seen, what had happened. And
I know it seemed wrong at the time, and it has taken me a little while, a couple of days, to actually formulate my thoughts on the whole situation.
I'm not saying what you did was wrong. We won't know that until we know, unfortunately. But it was more the fact that you did it, you acted... Well, you didn't act alone, you had Cass with you, but the decision you made was a decision that you made alone. And it didn't matter who told you not to make it, you still made it. And that is the problem I've had, because I've asked you a few times not to do something, and it's almost as if you've taken it as a challenge. And that's, I think, what upset me and made me flip out and lose my temper.
I understand that, yeah.
And I understand that you are the way you are, and I can't change that, and I am the way I am, and you can't change that. But I don't... I haven't had many friends. I'm still learning a lot about how to be a friend. It's not because I've not tried, it's just a lot of people haven't accepted me in the way that you all have. And...
Preach.
Yes, well, you, as you said, you grew up in the wilderness, you had to live on impulse to survive. I grew up with... Well, you met my mother. I had to learn to think carefully about every action I took so that it didn't backfire. So we've both been moulded by what's happened to us. And I think that is where the difference is. But when we do work together, it works. I think the problem I had with the contract and everything is I don't want to be in a group that I feel is brought together for just the adventuring side. You are all family that I'm not used to having, and I don't know what I'm doing. So when I get angry, don't look at it as a hatred thing. It's quite the opposite.
Never have.
I just don't know how to talk to anyone about the things I'm feeling, and I've had a pretty shit week.
Yeah.
And it just...
I know it... I'm going to be brutally honest, I know it seemed very malicious when I ran into the portal and said no promises, and then when you guys came through I had immediately got into a fight. That genuinely was not intent. Yeah, that genuinely was not the intent.
I used that as an example because it was within the day it had a lot to happen.
That was a lot.
There's a lot that's happened over the past few months. I don't want anyone to think I just had a meltdown because I didn't get my own way. It's not something that there's only so much I can bottle up. And I think I'd had enough.
Yeah. I totally understand that. There is one more thing, and I just wanted to tell you. I've mentioned a couple of times about one of the hardest things for me. We saw it when we saw those past visions of each other, and you saw mine, and it seemed so insignificant compared to everyone else's, but for me it wasn't. And that was the fight I lost to Rouen. And recently sending him a letter. I don't know if he will show up at Ground Top, but it's been running in my mind recently about everything that happened between me and him. And deep down, there was this anger and embarrassment for losing, and that's why I left, but that wasn't the only factor behind it. When he beat me, I saw a moment. He was the weakest of us in my temple, and then became the strongest. I was genuinely under a belief that your limits are set in stone. You can't surpass them. Once you reach your peak, that's it. There is no way over. You're at the top. But Rouen showed me that isn't the case, that you can shatter those limits. And the reason I left on this journey, and what I'm gradually learning more and more every day while I've been with you guys, is to push through those limits. I left out of anger and embarrassment, but also because I wanted to try and find my own path and shatter limits that I thought were holding me back. And even back when I met you guys, I was still held back. There's this lock there, but recently I'm noticing a lot more power. I think I'm actually able to go past those limits. I'm finally achieving the goal I've originally set out for, and for the first time I'm a little bit excited to see how far I can go. And I'd love it if you were all behind me while I achieved that goal as well. I know that sounds really selfish, but the stronger I am, the more help I can be for everyone else. And you're the first people I've ever been able to achieve this, start this goal, to achieve this goal. And I just wanted to say thank you for showing me a path, for finally letting me get past the first hurdle.
Listen, if a group of strangers can accept that I can speak to ghosts, I think I can accept anything that they throw at me. So, of course. And I don't even need to tell you that I'm pretty sure the others are behind you. And about the letter, clearly, with everything going on, you are somewhat of a man of faith. So just have faith.
I will say one thing, if he does show up, I may have to challenge him. Not out of malice, but out of respect.
Have you considered the
I need to show him how far I've come.
Yes, I understand. But have you considered the possibility that he has also been training?
That's the hope. Despite how many times I've gone down in every fight we've ever had, no one's hit me harder.
Well, I'm sure if anything goes wrong, Cass can always kiss your wounds. Anyway,
the blushing side and now like what?
She's just gonna look at him as if to say, "I know," and then she's gonna go, "Anyway, I'm going to bed."
And sort of as you're walking back to like the outside of the inn, you can see that sort of posted on a board, sort of near the doorway to the inn, is a poster. That reads, there's like a bunch of colours. It's got like a water pattern at the bottom. It's gilded with like a gold leaf, and it says the Shimmering Spar, gate chamber to the east of Inner Haven. 2 gold pieces per person per hour. You'll have an enchanting time.
I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna run take it to Archeron.
And that is where we'll take our break. So you guys you're in the Inner Haven of Eidolon's Reach, and you are in an inn, and you can long rest if you wish. If there's anything you want to do before,
I have one thing I want to
go for it.
Before. I want to try to make a potion again, because
okay. Oh yeah, the last time it didn't work.
Time.
You're making just a healing potion.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Make me a alchemy tool check?
Yeah.
I can't remember what
alchemy.
I said. What's the DC on it? 15. Yes.
Where the fuck are my tools?
Where the fuck are my tools?
Oh, I left them at the bastion.
Don't know why, but I could actually imagine Drac looking around his room going, "Where the fuck are my tools?"
He does what I do when I lost my phone. He's panning his pockets. Like, where's?
I think that's
Oh yeah, you just about get it. Yeah, so with 25 gold's worth of your supplies that evening, you can make a basic healing potion.
Yay! Finally, I'm getting my groove back.
What was it you wanted to do, Beth?
I want to speak to Sable.
Okay.
Ring, ring.
Banana
phone. You see, there are 2. As you tap into the connection, you can see that there are. Press 1 for Sable. Press 2 for Gethin.
Very carefully make sure to press number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to call Dad.
And you feel the connection go through.
Hey.
Hello.
That's not Babe's voice. Hi.
Oh, the service is better. Where are you?
I'm in the Fae.
That makes sense why the service is better.
Yes, I'm in the Court of Creation.
Why the fuck are you there?
I'm looking for Fritter.
Oh.
Don't tell Gethin, please.
I have lips? I don't know. My mouth is sealed.
Thank you.
Why?
Will you go away? Every time I'm trying to roleplay. Leave me be! Sorry,
I was trying to see if you wanted curry.
Cass, I'm on the phone.
I'm busy.
Sorry.
No, it's probably silly not to reach out directly, but I wanted to ask your opinion, advice, whatever, first. So, okay, so quick question. I'm saying in my voice because it's not Maeve asking me. We went back and retroactively changed what Gethin had told Maeve because I think I was under the impression that Malik had told Gethin that he didn't know where Carissa was or hadn't seen her at all, but it was that he'd seen her, sent her down to let her go in, and then not seen her come back out. Yeah. Okay, so Gethin told me that Carissa had come here, I believe in search of Mara, Jesus Christ, and hadn't been seen since, and that was 25 years ago.
Yes.
And I probably foolishly wanted to be a bit of a hero because there's a lot going on, as you well know. Also, to add to the list of identity crisis, Nyx has gone and got herself in quite a spot of bother. She's made a deal with a devil.
Well, that's probably not good.
No, she also is marked. So if any devil sees her, it is on sight.
That's also not good, probably.
Not good, no. So I have that to deal with, but right now I wanted to. Funny, I've just been having a conversation with Sidon about control. I wanted to do something that I could say I had done that would help a few people, and so I wanted to come here to find her for Gethin. However, what we're finding is troubling, and I need to know whether I should tell Gethin, because I think Malik is, in the nicest way possible, a bit of a psychopath, sociopath, absolute nut job.
Well, I've never actually spoken to him personally, but
probably would have locked you away somewhere. Or tried to.
He could certainly have tried. I mean, it depends on what you want to do. I'm not going to tell you that you have to tell him. Maybe just, keep your phone close to you?
My brain?
Yes.
Right. Here's my problem. We recently have met I was going to say young woman. She's not young, is she? She's like... How old is... Begins with a C, I think.
Callie. K. God, I have no idea.
I thought Cali was California, so I thought C.
No, it's Cali with a K, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is.
I thought it was.
I'll say it was probably difficult to tell, but like middle age, like 40s, 50s.
We met a woman when we arrived here who had, I think, made a sort of a deal with Malik to get some sort of powers.
She just wanted to get out.
Oh, okay. Scratch that. She wanted to get out. Malik put some sigils on her that elevated her powers. And then she was, I believe, teleported. She said she thought she was underground and that something was there with her and it felt hungry.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound very pleasant for her.
So that's one thing, and then this other young lady, Tia, somehow managed to get in and get Callie out.
Well, that's convenient.
Yes, and now apparently Malik has set his dogs, and by that I mean his ice guards, onto them, and when we got here, Sidon may or may not have killed some of the guards, so that's something that we're currently dealing with. But never mind that. Next, we found a flask which contained something that a few of the people here are referring to as an eldritch horror, but Sidon is pretty adamant that we don't know that, so I don't know what it is, but it's not human. It's called Damien.
That sounds like a pretty human name to me.
Okay, I just wanted to check if you knew the name.
No, I don't.
Looking at its eyes, all you saw was horrors untold.
Yeah. And then...
A name like Damon, surely he can't be evil. Such a normal, generic name.
And then,
just look at more recently... You want even than that?
More recently, we had a sleepover with I believe they're a Naga?
That's fun.
Yes, but Malik has trapped them inside of a cave, and they've been there for a very long time.
Well, that's less good.
Yes.
Well, it is not uncommon for Malik to have things within things in his realm. That's confusing. Because that's sort of what he does. But from what you're saying, I'm assuming not all of these things were bad.
No.
Huh.
It seems as though he's using them for something, power, or I'm not sure what, and he's also, I think, feeding something.
Well, I can mention it to someone if you'd like, or I can wait.
I would wait. I'm purely letting you know, because if what I'm going to do is be very annoying, and I'm going to call you every night.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to try and speak to Malik.
Okay.
And if you don't hear from me, tell Gethin everything.
Mm-hmm.
And tell him I'm sorry it's happened again.
Well, all right. I'll make sure to tell him that if you don't call me.
Okay, thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Speak to you tomorrow.
Bye. Beep. The cool ones. And is there anything else people are doing that evening?
Are the shops open?
No, it'd be too late for that. There'd maybe be some food, like some. Nah.
What about 24-hour Tesco?
That doesn't.
We don't do 24 hours anymore.
What?
Yeah, even our Tesco shuts at midnight now.
Wow.
What we have in the Netherlands is shop evenings where on 1 day or 2 weeks shops close later. I don't know if
yes, late night shopping.
A literal other dimension, so
fantasy other dimensions.
Rooms.
One question I had, and I don't know if you have like a hard and fast answer for this. I was trying to figure out how big or how heavy this aquamarine is, because it's 500 GP worth of it. So I don't know if it's like a huge wedge of it or what. I don't know what I'm looking for.
I will say it's like. It's a bit of aquamarine the size of I'm trying to think of like something that makes sense.
Football?
Smaller.
Baseball.
Softball. Bowling ball. I was genuinely thinking, because of how valuable it is and the shape of the other crystals, something about the size of a Pringles tube.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good. Yeah.
Could I then take like a significant, not a significant, but like, could I knock say 50 gold's worth off of the value and like chip off using the various
like a fifth of it
things at my disposal to take about like a 50. No, how much would it be? It'd be like brain, something the size of say. I don't know, like a fairly hefty chunk, like 50 gold's worth of off the top of it, like just like so like it had like a workable jewelry-sized chunk rather than like
you have to do that quickly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well I mean I've still got jewelry tools that night.
You need the tools though. You have proficiency, but not the tools.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, actually, what I'll do, as long as I can do, I don't need doing right now. I just wanted to know how big it was, but that's fine.
Yeah,
the next morning, I may ask Cass to do that for me. Yeah.
Cool. So, I assume then you all have a nice long rest in some warm rooms with nice beds.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch the Godzilla and Yeti fight before I.
Yeah.
Just watch it from
it's
the
good
window.
they put that on for us, right?
How just before I do go to bed, how high are the walls in the inner haven?
Oh Jesus. I'll say
4.5 feet.
No, way more.
6.5 feet.
If they're 4.5 feet or 6.5 feet, that would be
vaulted over that. Yeah. I'll say they're about 25 feet.
25 feet. Okay. Is there any gaps in them where I can see out into the outer steps?
There are like, probably not from where you are, but if you were to be there, you probably could find gaps.
Okay.
And you do see, I mentioned it just before the break, but there are also like in your rooms. Oh no, just outside. I will say, flipped onto the doors of some of your rooms are those same posters for the shimmering spot. It seems like it's like a sponsor.
Guys, I think he wants us to go for a spa.
No, it's just like it seems like it's like a sponsor for this inn or something.
It's
like
the Sin's version of Raid Shadow.
Hey, you'd be surprised how many times pubs and B&Bs and all these come together.
Yeah. On the coasters, there when you lift up your drink, you can just see the Shimmering Spot logo, whatever it is.
I'll go.
I mean, the next morning then.
You guys can take a long rest and stuff if you are going to bed.
Did I even use anything?
I was gonna say, I think maybe a few people used
a few loads.
So
fucking familiar.
You did do that. So yeah, in the morning you get treated to a decent breakfast. It's a bit weird because it's like slightly off from what you like. It's like it's not a full English. It's a full. It's a full order.
It's a lot of hash browns and one piece of bacon.
Well, actually, no. We'll say it's more. There's a lot of toast. And there's maybe slightly too little, like, spread for the toast.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's very sad. What I like is that like, they give you a set amount per round of bread and you're not allowed to transfer it.
Yeah.
Like, but if you get that. Toast,
you get that. If you give it to him, I'm kicking you out.
That's it, you're out, sunshine.
Yeah.
In the morning, I'll be like, so, friends, I noticed this spa. Maybe I heard you whispering excitedly about it in the corridors.
It's your room, Artron.
Oh, sorry, I was in the zone. I was so focused on Yumi. I'm really, but no, I think it'd be great if no one would mind. Oh wow!
Maybe it's actually the person who put it beneath your door.
I was really out of it. I was mourning poor Yumi, but he's fine now. Look at him, he's great. I haven't installed him with his
one of Yumi's eyes are looking the wrong way.
I put on one leg upside down. It keeps tipping over.
Sure, he's fine though.
He usually flies. I'm sure it's fine.
Does he suffer, or is he just like that?
Yeah, suffering's relative. Life is pain.
I think you got one of the legs on upside down, but if you turned all 3 legs upside down, then it wouldn't have the falling over issue.
Or just turn the one leg.
Yeah, but then it would have a new interesting.
I tell you what, I'll give us another.
I'm gaining sentience with each bit of pain.
What I was going to say is, shall we visit this? Maybe. Well, I suppose it's up to you really. How eager are you to reach Malachi? The reason I ask this is because Malik, sorry, Malachi was that awful French cat.
It just wasn't though.
What was it? Who
that wasn't her name.
Mackay, this is Mackay, yes. Fucking random L's all the time, Jesus Christ. Okay, what I was going to say
is a city in Obelisk.
Malachite is a city in Obelisk.
Yeah, that's what
Malachite, what I was going to say is, I want to have a brief look around because Torai said that there was likely Kravis said there was likely a teleportation circle location here that we may be able to make use of to quickly travel to wherever Malik is. Also, just want to have a quick look around, then perhaps we could go to the spa for an hour or so. I have an idea of something I want to purchase. Nothing important, nothing you need to worry about. But Cass, if you don't mind, could I ask you kindly to chip off a 1/5 of this? And he thwaps out the Pringles tube-sized aquamarine.
Stop taking pauses, bro! You knew exactly what you were doing as well.
All right, big ball thing.
Yes, I can do that.
From the tip, but be gentle.
Oh, just because Mel isn't here doesn't mean.
No. It's fine. Just this bit here. Yes,
Somewhere
perfect.
you just hear a. What the fuck?
What the fuck? No. It's just, I can't do it myself. So I need you to, I need you to do it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to make this a actual jewelry piece, or just keep it as a crystal, but what's the plan here?
Well, if it's going to be a piece of jewelry, yes, but I was thinking about it last night, and whilst I want it to be taken from this broader piece, I don't want it to be cut jewelry. I want it to maintain this. Because looking at it, it has quite a nice rugged charm, I think. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the ruggedness of it. And so, but it's too big to give this. This is a wedge. This is a chunk of it. I can't give this to anybody. But if you take the end of it off, then I have an idea of what I want to do with it. So, and it would be practical. It would be attractive, and it has So, if you wouldn't mind, and then I probably will. In all fairness, sell the rest of it. So,
really simple for you. You don't even have to make a check, Cass. You can just do that with in 5 minutes or so.
Puts it on the end of the table and elbow drops it, just cracks a bit out.
Yeah.
That's how you punch a fucking rock, son.
At an angle on the edge of the table, says, "Simon, can you please karate chop this?" And this.
Watch out!
Perfect. I punch, knuckle hit. I don't know.
Knuckle punch.
Yeah, karate chops are showboaty and weird looking.
Wait, sorry. Did you not at one point have a name for all of your attacks?
He still does.
Right, and that's not showboaty or.
So you're telling me you don't have to say the names of your attacks, Satra?
Oh, no, this is different. Mine are spells, son. I have to, and I'm not saying yours don't require learning, but these are defined spells. But maybe it's because I'm not a connoisseur of it. But a punch is a punch is a punch is a punch, as far as I'm concerned.
Wait, but can't you modify your spells so you're choosing to keep the bit in where you have to, chant?
I name my attacks because it is a unique to me. It's a branding thing.
Oh right. Oh, like the Wandering Warrior.
Yeah.
Sign the Wandering Warrior TM.
Look, it's a branding thing. It also strikes fear into my enemies' hearts. If I fight someone and knock that person out,
and they fear the night.
Look, if I fight someone, knock that person out, and then they hear that same attack again, they're gonna be running for the hills.
Maeve was like drinking a glass of water in the background, and you know that thing when you laugh when you're drinking and it comes out of your nose? When he says it strikes fear into my enemies, she's like in the background.
I mean, to be fair, if someone comes running at you at 60 feet a second and uppercuts you,
that would be pretty scary.
Would you be afraid, or would you be more afraid of the one person who does the same and crouches down and shouts "Ballbusters" and then uppercuts you?
I mean, that would be a fair point, but I mean, I would consider the second one mental, but I don't know.
Exactly, you did not want to be fighting a mental case.
What I'll say for Archer and looking around, I'll say, if you take an hour or so, you are unable to find that teleportation circle.
Okay.
Because it is, if it is anywhere, it'd be like the inner like portion, which you are just not allowed into.
How inner does this place get?
Very. It's like a belly button.
Full of lint.
Why would you do this?
And then
sorry, did you just go at the lint thing when you literally ate a fucking weird chicken thing when we got here?
Also, the mushroom guy.
I didn't do anything to the mushroom guy. Just left him straight up on us.
He just knocks him out for no reason.
You attempted
to be fair, he scared him.
And then is there anything with a wandering warrior? Huh? And then is there anything else you're looking for? Because I mentioned you wanted to go to the shop or something.
So if the so basically he would have asked, and they were like, "Oh, we don't let any riffraff go into the teleportation circle." I'm like, "Please," and like, "No, piss off." Like, all right, fine.
No, piss off.
I'm looking for the normal thing, like a library / spell shop. And secondly, I'm looking for a very, very nice like not a blacksmith, like a jeweler's workshop, like a place that would actually have like full. I'm not saying that Cass can't do this, but like I want to go to a full jewelry store.
You can find like a relatively simple like library, not like a spell shop, but there would be a library. And there would be like a relatively nice jewelry store.
Okay, assuming those things are like one and the same. This is the famous Inner Haven laboratory of jewelry.
Right next to each other.
It's a combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell again. It's great. So first and foremost, going into the jewelry store, I'm going to hand over I'm going to give them the chunk, the 450 gold's worth of.
I'll say to sell this properly, can you? I'll give you advantage because you obviously have the thing and whatever. Can you make me a persuasion check? I just want to see, because obviously you did mine it and it's not perfect. It's pretty good, but I just want to see if you can get progress.
But before I do, because the whole thing, I'm looking to do like a barter trade thing. So I'm gonna part of this is gonna be like, I want money back from this, but here's like to cover the cost of this for the piece that's 50. Excuse me. I would like them to finally wrap it in some platinum. Like I had a picture of it somewhere. Have I gone away from it? No, this is kind of it. I'll post it into the thingy. Like this. I want it like held in like platinum, kind of like viney almost. Like it's like platinum thread. And I'm happy to like. I'm assuming it's not going to cost me 450 gold.
No, I'll say because you obviously have the gem that was going to go into it. I'll say it will cost like, because it is platinum, so it's relatively expensive. I'll say it's like 150 for like a good. And I assume you want it quickly as well, so that will include.
Yeah. So the plan is, I do it now. I ask them to do it now, and I'll pop back in this afternoon or wherever after we finished in the spa and whenever, so in like 2 or 3 hours time, whatever. Yep. And so with that, then I would then presumably make the persuasion check to get the change back from the massive wedge of the.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how much change you get back because you'll get some.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I'm happy for that. Yeah. So persuasion. I always roll 2. Wow.
Oh. So we'll say with that you get back. What would it have been? It would have been 300 max. So we'll say you get back like they give you 225 back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Youch. Okay.
They take the rest of it as a speed cost.
Yeah. This is like tourist prices, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
Okay. And in the library, this is, and then I will shut up for a little bit. I go to the library, so I'm looking specifically for books on and I don't mind if they're propaganda-y, but I'm looking specifically for books on about Malik. I'm looking for any books on this area, like anything at all, like maps, interesting locations, myths, legends, something that would give me like assist with the the trek. Basically, I'm looking to streamline the journey. Books about Malik, any kind of history about the Convoker's Hold or whatever it was called, and then if they have any basic spells, which ones they have and how much they
I will say there are no basic spells because this is just like a library and there isn't a magic shop here. Okay. The books you find about Malik are, just on the court itself. They're relatively generic and they are a little bit propaganda-y, if that can be said. Sort of describing how he filled the power vacuum left in the wake of the previous Archfey. The previous Archfey isn't named, because it was that long ago, and apparently it's said that this area was without an Archfey for a relatively long time, and he came and filled that power vacuum and helped restore, I don't want to say order because that has, it's the Feywild, but helped, restore this area to a livable space. He made the gate chambers to help have people, fund the area. And I will say you also would find a map of the Summoner's Crown area, which you do have, and you can copy it down, but I will save it until you guys get there, just for the sake of ease.
Can I buy these books so I don't have to memorize them?
Yeah, I'll say the guy won't give you a great deal, but he'll say 15 gold for the lot. Okay. It's 4 books, so that's a lot. Yep. But
Jesus. Okay, 1 second.
But also, he did want to bribe the bribers to get in.
Yeah. God, this is rinsing me out. There was one thing you mentioned there. The other thing, the what was it called? The gate chambers. I would look. Is there any books there on, or any information that I could, as I'm purchasing these books, maybe I'd ask the librarian in the Inner Haven. So how would one get access to the gate chambers, and can they take you anywhere?
He says, "I'll say this isn't a water marathon because I don't want to keep going with the It's just it's like a winter Eladrin." And the guy says, "Well, it depends on the chamber. I mean, they don't take you anywhere. They have to be specifically linked by Malik to the place, and you get access to them, from the person who is currently renting it. I guess the closest word. I know some of them are open, just for the one that has the spire on it. Most of them are closed off. I don't know, currently there aren't that many of them because there hasn't been that much need for them. But yeah, you can't really get in to them if you're not allowed. I mean, you might be able to if you ask the person who owns it, but it's sort of like a private thing.
And thank you for that. With the we're looking to get to the Summoner's Court. we're going to set off either later today or tomorrow. I'm assuming it's quite a way. Is there a way we can, this is the court of creation, conjuration and things. Is there a magical way to transport ourselves there quicker, or do we
if you don't have a way, it might just be walking. Might be able to find someone around who can, get you there. But not that I know.
Okay, how far is it?
About there's the Gloaming Marina is the closest town. It's about a day, about 8 or 9 hours or so. Actually, I said that. Let me just double check. But we'll call it about 8 hours from here. Yeah,
8 hours. And if, say, we wanted to, but would there be a way to rent? I don't say horses, but transportation of a slightly more mundane variety to speed that up. So I have access to a horse, but
there aren't that many, I'm afraid. I can't think of anything on the top of my head.
Snow dogs.
It's
yes.
People
People
find their way here, and it's cold. I'm sorry, I don't really know. I don't spend much. I don't go out the Haven much.
Don't go out much. No, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you for the books. I'm assuming I have to pay for the bag as well.
That was included.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, thanks. It's like it's the crappiest tote bag ever.
They don't do recycling here.
No, it's a tote bag, like a woven tote bag.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll say for the sake of ease, as you're leaving, because you're probably in there for a little bit, jewelry person, because obviously they're next to each other, jewelry person knocks on the window and says, "I got your thing."
Oh, thank you. That's good. Yeah, don't have to come back. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's just easier.
Okay. Cheers, buddy. I can't wait for you have to do some kind of other, like an errand, and you're like,
be breathing down the microphone. Yeah. I've made that. I'm gonna do that now.
I'm going to run for you back there. Yeah.
Don't know what I'm gonna do with the rock elemental.
Yeah, the fire one. What the fuck was that?
It didn't even appear when I made the
Donald Duck.
But I assume you will then meet up and head towards the second. Sorry, I have them numbered on them, like the GM layer. The gate chamber closest to you to head to Lace Bar.
Before then, for Sidon,
yeah,
I want to just have a walk around the outer steps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it poverty-stricken?
I'll show you the map just so you can see it. Because I have a map for the outer bit.
Lots of ice elementals. Lots of people
Easy target.
Cloth and cloaks.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but it's like a. Well,
isn't this the map that Peru you used for your one shot?
I don't think so.
Similar. The Kermit the Frog one.
I remember.
On this map with all the buildings with holes in them, is that actually how it looks? Or
there would be. I mean, probably slightly not as bad as some of these, but there would be. They're relatively simply built.
Yeah.
And yeah, simple. What's the word? Function over fashion.
I want to just not any of the guards. I want to see about going up to any of the.
There aren't any guards here.
Oh, they're not.
The ice elementals aren't guards. They're just dudes.
Okay. As I'm walking around, can I go down to the obvious drug deal that's going on over here?
You can go over to the campfire, yes.
Yeah. And I just want to actually just ask them, what is the outer steps? Why are you guys here in this, let's just say,
hello, fellow kids.
Over let's just say function over comfort. Why are you not inside the inner haven? Why have you been relegated out here?
You see the hooded person says, well, they don't let just anyone in. You know, if you don't have money or you don't have business, you know, it's a bit tough to get in, especially for any amount of time. You know, you could get in, but, you know, money wears down quickly. So,
yeah. How long has it been that way? Has it been that way
for
forever, or since Malik's...
Since the place was built, I mean, you know, it's the way it is. I mean, I know there are other towns and stuff, but they're a bit far, and, you know, for, you know, a person or two, it's a bit dangerous.
Okay, and just out of curiosity... Sorry, 1 second.
Bit tired there.
Yeah, sorry. So outside of like the inner haven, which you said has been like that since it's been built, have you seen any of Malik the Archfey? Has he ever come round here? Maybe try?
Oh, not here. I mean, he sort of just stays at his castle on the hill, but yeah.
Have you heard any bad stuff about him? Good stuff about him? Did he do anything?
I mean, he
lower classes.
Not particularly. He doesn't. I mean, he has, you know, guards about on the outside, you know, wandering just in case something big pops up, and you know, he has the gate chambers and stuff, but he just sort of minds his own business. He's put the infrastructure down, and I think he expects the people around to make their own way to whatever they want to do, I think. Yeah, he's not really hands-on.
But you've not heard anything like him. I heard he's a fan of various entertainment, and he
he likes to keep himself entertained.
Yeah, he has like games that he gives people boons if they win or something. Yeah. Do you know anyone who's taken part in that?
Not personally. I mean, he usually he usually keeps them private for, you know, him and his inner circle if they're there. Yeah. But
I wasn't sure if you knew anyone who's received one of these boons. And
I mean, if they had, they wouldn't be here.
Okay. Well, just to as I'm looking around this campfire, does it look like they have a home to go back to, or are they pretty
you can see like tents behind them.
I'm going to, as I leave, I'm just going to throw a couple of gold their way.
If they take in,
say 4 gold. I'll drop 4 gold to each for them.
Mm-hmm. One of them says, "Do you want some food?" Thank you, sir.
No food. I'm pretty good right now. Just get yourself like a warm bed and whatnot. You know.
One of them says, "Thank you."
Mm-hmm. Thanks for the information. See you later. Finger guns away.
Okay, bye. And so I now assume you all head over to, as I said before, Lespa. Yeah. Unless anything else?
Nothing off the top of my head. What are the primal points? Are they just watchtowers?
They're like watchtowers, like the barracks for the guards.
Okay.
That's where we grind for XP later.
But yeah, so you'll head out of out of Eidolon's reach, and go over to the gate chamber, and you do walk past the primal point. Let me just see if I have anything written down for it. They're like large tower-like structures that are built into like the environments, and they are smaller fortifications for Malik soldiers, things like that. You can see a few people are there, a few Myrmidons and some others, but these ones don't seem aggressive at all. In fact, a lot of them are clearly on their breaks and are heading towards the gate chamber that you guys are heading to.
Okay.
And you can see that this gate chamber is it's like a carved set of double doors, which is carved directly into the mountainside, and above this large doorway is a sign that sort of changes between multiple languages as people approach it, that just reads the Shimmering Spar. And the doors are open, but you can't really see through it. You can see like the blurred sort of outlines of a gold and white sort of setting, and next to this door is a small like arcane bowl, if that makes sense, and sort of an opening beneath it that reads 2 gold per hour, and you get the sense this is like the ticket machine.
Is there any like member of staff available?
Not on the outside, no.
Okay. Well, since I managed to sell that aquamarine, my treat, everybody?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So that's
8 of us, right?
Very nice.
16.
Whew, Jesus, almost as much as these books. Christ. Okay. Well, I hope we enjoy it. This place is going to rinse me dry.
And as you put the coins in, as each 2 coins goes down, you can see for each of you that the doorway stops blurring and starts to like focus in as you get the sense you can step through it.
Cool.
Let me change the map.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love this map. This is cool as shit.
When it loads in properly. There we go.
This loaded through quite quick.
Yeah, so you guys are the...
Are these all from the same people, those guys you follow?
Yeah.
This is awesome. This is a gorgeous map.
Oh, please don't tell me it's mixed.
But yeah, on the inside of the spa, you can see this large and opulent room. It's...
I have a quick question, just because I've noticed him.
Yeah.
How do the Myrmidons relax in the hot...
I thought about this, and my thought is it's like, when 2 different colors of water mix, there's sort of like a weird blurred section around it that's like both colors. It's sort of like that in a localized area around the Myrmidon. And I was trying to...
You can't tell whether or not they're peeing.
I mean, they are water.
They're always peeing.
But yeah, the area on the inside is warm, it's cold on the outside, but it's very nice and warm on the inside, and it smells of lavender. You can see a few people...
sleepy and hungry.
You can see a few people walking around, as well as some of the water Myrmidons, as we pointed out. And there are 2 changing rooms to the side, as well as some, I guess, private chambers that aren't on this map.
Do we have our swimmers?
You can see that they are all... You get once you go
communal swimmers. Oh, no.
No, there's one guy who, his entire job is to conjure some new outfits whenever people walk in, so they can... that's an entire job.
What a guy.
Yeah. His name is Jerry.
Jerry. Archer's going to get one of those bright green Borat mankinis.
God, no one wants to see that.
No, he's going to get his... in Home Alone 2, when he comes out to the pool in the flip-flops and the 2 big trunks?
Yeah. So you are given some outfits as you come in, and, you can enjoy... Is there anything... Are there a few people in the water? Just, vibing?
So, are there treatments, like hot rocks, mud baths, that kind of thing?
Yeah, they're not, on this map, but you can go to this, those side rooms, and you can definitely get something like that.
I think Archer will probably go for like a half-hour, like not deep tissue, but like a deep heat massage. I think he hasn't been complaining about the cold, but that doesn't mean he hasn't been inwardly loudly complaining about the cold. So he's going to find like the hottest bit of water and be like, "Just fucking cook me." Like, he wants to forget cold.
The warmest bit of water's like up here, probably. So closest to where it drains
like
out.
this, or one of those hot rock treatment. I think hot rock treatment would be good for him. He needs to unwind a bit.
The waterfall just training.
His PA's punching through the waterfall.
No, I was thinking more like standing in the waterfall, like feel the pressure on him.
I love doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will just mention there are, random people. The two that have specific tokens. There's this one here who is like a fairy. She's currently playing like it looks like an ocarina, but it's blowing bubbles. This is the
That's cool.
Okay, blowing bubbles.
Yeah. And then this person over here who's like they are like smoking a pipe, but like the smoke coming out of it is sort of like drifting off and seems harmless. This is that person.
Bubbles again.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
it's a bubble pipe. That is that person. And yeah, the rest of them are just like generic sort of people. Yeah. Is there anything specific you guys are doing?
Is this a Ganassi?
Looks to be. It's sort of hard to tell, but possibly from like the markings and stuff. Air Genasi. Your guess?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll go and rather talk to NPCs than sit in a room and get imaginary hot rocks put on me.
So is anyone going anywhere specific on this map or off to the map to get a hot rock treatment or whatever?
Maeve's going to get
Is there a sauna?
It'd be like this bit here. I mean, the water is warm, but this would be like the warmest section if you wanted to get like a specific one.
Yeah, I wish to have a sauna.
Nice. What were you gonna say, Beth?
No, Maeve's gonna go and get a head massage.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Archon's gonna talk to an NPC, then weigh up, and then probably go for like a head shoulders massage, head shoulders back
Is
massage.
Second
crack wax.
Is there an acupuncturist?
I will say yes. Someone's. I'll say yes. There is.
Yeah, I'll go get some needles stuck in my body.
They're very wild eyes. It's kind of terrifying. And they seem to be in.
It's the guy from the Goblin Camp in Baldur's Gate. You know, the one that whacks you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the pain guy.
Yeah.
God, I pulled that name from my memory banks. But yes, Archon, you are you like leaning on the?
No.
Like
so what I think
like
it is, he enters the water from here and like gently paddles over to like get near the warmth, near the thing. Doesn't really notice this person at first. Like relaxes for a few minutes, seeing that they're like also chilling out. And
they're lying back with their arms like fully to the sides, like on the stone bit behind them, and in the nicest way possible, their legs are spread. They're fully
spread eagle
chilling.
Man.
Like
yeah. So have you been like that really awkward thing where you're like talking to someone you are never going to see again? You just happen to be at a shared location with them. Like, so, wow, this place is great. Have you been here before?
You see, they like stretch their back and like open, like look down towards you, and they say, "No, I haven't actually. It's a relatively new place. Certainly not going to complain though."
No, it's excellent. So, you new to Eidolon's Reach, or are you new to the?
Oh no, I've been here for a while. You see, they like tap the end of their nose, and say, I don't get much of a. Oh, they like sit up. I'm usually pretty busy. They sort of like. Sorry, I was in the zone.
No, sorry, I had to interrupt, but
no, it's fine. They like put out a hand to shake hands. I'm Wild.
Wild. Oh, hi, Wild. I'm. You can call me. Oh, okay. Before I say this, we've been very, very loosey-goosey about like exchanging names and stuff in the Fae. Is that like? I'm assuming Archon would know. James just can't remember. He's too tired. Is it okay to give your name, like, to respond in kind with names and stuff, or?
I mean, it would depend on the person, but they seem pretty chill.
Okay. Well, you can call me Archie.
Archie.
Yeah. Hi.
By the way, can you make me a history check?
I was gonna say that name.
Wild. Is it with a Y?
Yeah.
It is with a Y. Ooh, low roll for your history check.
It's chilling out. It's the hot water.
Wild with a Y. I'll say even with 11.
Why?
It happened 2 or 3 days ago. I think it was Cryovis who mentioned Wild as being like a teleporter for Malik. They go around and teleport people around.
Ooh.
Yeah. I remember the name Wild. I was like, wait a minute.
I missed that completely. Yeah. Wild. This is serendipitous. I've been, I haven't been sent here by, but we've recently parted company with Cryovis in Mist Point. Yep. They actually mentioned you by name. We're looking to get to
all good things, I hope.
Yes. You actually mentioned we're trying to get to the Summoner's Court.
Summoner's Crown.
Sorry, Summoner's Crown. Sorry, it's lovely and warm in here. It's been a very stressful few days. We're trying to get there, and the thought of trudging through the snow, as beautiful as the views may be, this is more my scene.
Yeah, it's pretty cold.
Yes, pretty chilly. And they mentioned you. So, I mean, obviously you said you're really busy. I don't want to add to your plate at all, but how would one go about arranging for your service? Is that how you said it? I don't know. How would someone like? How would we get to get us there?
This is my day off, but
it doesn't have to be today. It doesn't have to be today.
No. Listen. I can do it, literally, like that, and they snap their fingers. Is it just you? How many? You said we.
No, there's a few of us. There's about, me included, there's 8 of us, my 2 familiars, and actually 3 familiars, if you can...
Luckily familiars don't count for that.
I won't tell the familiars that. Mine's a bit saucy.
Yeah. Well, 8 of you... I'll say, because, there's a lot of you, and...
Are we 8?
Yes, it's...
Including Nix and Cassian,
It's 6 of you, plus Nix and Cassian, yeah. Sorry. How dare you. Nix is currently, if anyone cares, she is currently sitting at the edge of the pool, splashing her feet. Yeah.
I imagine she's wearing, like, one of those... not full body swimsuits,
Victorian swimsuits.
Yeah, it's like covering a lot.
Yeah,
she's really shy.
But Wild says, "Well, I can probably do it. What would it be? They like do some mental math.
2 trips.
No. Teleport is 8 plus yourself.
Is it 8 plus yourself? I thought it was just 8 willing creatures.
No, it's 8 plus yourself. I had to Google this.
Well, we could always put one of us in a bag of holding and hold the
that seems it's fine.
Listen, one of them I would quite want to force him in a bag of holding, but
that's a bit mean.
Not met him.
I don't know what you're talking about, but that's a bit mean. I would say I could probably do it for 200 gold, say.
That's pretty reasonable.
Excellent. Oh, that's amazing. So, just so I know, is that an 8 ability you have, or is it a spell?
No, it's a spell. It's just me teleporting. But I can do that easily enough. And you notice, so as they are talking now, you have gotten to recognize what they do. That no check necessary. Those what's the word? Patterns on them. They're like constellation, almost. You can very clearly identify them to be some type of conjuration runes.
Okay. Excellent. Conjuration runes. Sorry, I'm just writing that. Wonderful. So, this is fantastic. So, I think what I'll do is I'll discuss with my my friends, and then is there anywhere? Obviously, this place is wonderful. Is there anywhere in Summoner's Crown that you can recommend a group of? I don't want to say strangers, but definitely strangers to the area stay there whilst they're there. Or anywhere you could recommend dropping us. So we're completely.
Well, I could. Depends if Malik knows you have business with him. I could business. If I could just drop you in his room in the main chamber, that might be a bit.
We do have business with him, but he just doesn't know it yet. I don't want to unnecessarily.
Well, I could drop you outside the castle. I could drop you by the Summoner's Port if you want to walk up the hill.
I think that sounds a good idea. Yeah, Summoner's Port sounds good. Just a quick one. So, obviously you're familiar with the area.
I am.
Presumably zap around all the time. Are there teleportation circles within the area? I was surprised.
There are, but relatively off limits to people who just teleport in, because a lot of people do just randomly teleport in, and they don't want them to just give it out.
No, that's fine. That's fine. And in terms of when we're staying in Summoner's Crown, here's a question, and this is I'm just interested really because I say we speak to Crovis. We've met a few very interesting people whilst we're here. Have you ever been inside the Convoker's hold?
I've been to the outside of it. I could. They squint their eyes. I could get you there if you want to go there, but it's
Well, how far away is that from the Summoner's Court? The Summoner's Port, rather.
From Summoner's Port. It's at this point I will show the map. Okay. Because you have the map, and
I minor illusion it on the water.
So.
Oh, we're missing this global marina, which sounds cool as shit. Oh damn!
So it's actually not named on that, but the Summoner's Port is this one here.
Presumably that.
Okay. And then the hold is a bit up the hill, and then the actual Summoner's Crown castle is further up.
So we're about at least a day's travel from the glowing marina, right?
Yeah, you're about 8 or 9 hours away from there. Or maybe you say 7.5, 8 from where you are now at this gate chamber.
So, okay. Here's the thing. I know I've mentioned around the Summoner's Court, but looking at this with the ports and the marina, it looks like there's regular travel between the two. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah, you can get across. Yeah. There's boats, at least a few times a day to go across.
How long does it take? What we'll say? Could we board a nighttime ship to travel during the nighttime and arrive at the Summoner's Port refreshed in the morning?
You could. The journey is only about 4 or 5 hours, but it is pretty loud on the boats. They're not the most quiet because the ice can be pretty thick at some points, so they have to break through it.
At night, I suppose, yeah. I don't usually do this.
What do you usually do? And they get really close.
No. I don't think like that. I usually, because we do need to go to Summoner's Crown, but every slight detour we've taken here has paid dividends. This was a slight detour, and meeting yourself has been great. Just getting a chance to relax in the hot water has been wonderful. We visited a cave, and I thought it would be just a cave, but it wasn't. It was very interesting. So I'm going to make the executive decision to ask you, rather than the Summoner's Court, could you take us to the Gloaming Marina, and then we can make our own way across there and get to the Summoner's Port for evening, and then rest there. Would that be?
Yeah, I can do that as quickly as I can go to anywhere else.
Yeah, excellent. And that way, if we were to, he's going to look at his watch. It's like it's just around lunchtime now, right?
It's about 11.
Oh, it's even better, early. So we're in here till for the end of the hour. I will speak to my colleagues. We will happy to pay a very, very nominal fee. It's wonderful. To the Gloaming Marina, and then we will make our own way.
Damn, I should ask for more.
Yeah, well, no, it's a fantastic service, but it's 200 gold each, or is it per person? Is that
that's for all of you.
Wow. Well, excellent. Wow, thank you so much, Rod.
Damn, I should have said this per person.
Yeah, we'll give you a 5-star rating and maybe an Uber tip.
Does it come with bottled water?
I'll go and
no.
Yes, I'll go and tell the rest of the collection. I'm going to go and get a head, shoulders, and back rub before we end, and then if we meet you just nearby outside. Yeah, and then we can make tracks. Well, wonderful. I'll go and tell the rest of them. Thank you so much.
As you swim off, they just stretch their arms out and lean back down into the water.
I think I've done good. I hope I don't get yelled at for not taking us where we're going to go, but I'm going to stick with it.
Patrick the starfish.
Yeah. Archon's going to pass that on. And then he's going to get folded like a pretzel in one of the...
Mel isn't here.
No, in a good way. I mean, I know people in this group because of the various problems that we all have with our brains. Some people don't like strangers touch you. I fucking love a massage. Go ham. Get your elbows involved in my neck if you can. Oh, go for it. If it ain't cracking, I don't want to know about it. I'm going to tell everyone.
I'm not coming back in.
Yeah, exactly. And then he's going to get a half an hour relaxation rub down over here, probably. And then he'll come out looking all drunk because that's how it is.
Is there anything else specifically people are doing here?
I am relaxing.
Cool. Relaxing is a fair answer. So we'll say it gets to about 10 minutes until your time is going to run out, and you don't want to know what happens if you're caught.
You get booted out in no clothes on.
Listen, if one of you wants to test it, you can. However, but yeah, so you spend the last 5-10 minutes collecting your stuff, collecting yourselves, and preparing to exit back into the frigid cold. Yeah, let me just move the back to there. And yeah, you
keep forgetting about this, you fucking drawings.
I like the snowman.
I like Godzilla versus the Yeti. And the two guys, fucking hell, Brian, you seen this? And yeah, you can see Wild is just sitting on a rock, using a toothpick to pick something out of their teeth, as you will come out. Yes. It's very cold, sorry. Breathing on my hands. Wild, everybody. Everyone, this is Wild. Wild, this is everybody. We are the going by...
They put two things there for and do the salute.
Yes, excellent.
I imagine, by the way, Maeve is completely out of it. I don't know if any of you have ever had a hot towel head massage.
Yeah.
But you get so drowsy. I imagine she's just smiling like a fucking idiot. Not showing teeth, but just
It's just the goofy
hair, she's been licking batteries.
Yeah.
Silence walking a bit more upright and proper. He's just had needles stabbed into his back.
That sounds way worse than that context.
Trust me. Trust me. Acupuncture is relaxing. It's just...
I hear it is. I just can't believe it.
Yeah, it just feels weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't stick needles in myself. I certainly wouldn't pay anyone to stick needles in me.
My dad done it a couple of times, and he said the first time he had it done was fine, and then he don't know what she did the second time, and he didn't go back after. But I think she hit a nerve, and he had a lot of pain, and he was like, "Nah, never doing that again."
But yeah, Wild stands up and says, "So have you decided where you're going?"
Friends, but no. Well, we have the option to go anywhere, and I would like to suggest. No, in fact, not suggest. I made the decision that because so far, the diversions we've taken have paid dividends. For example, going into the spa itself has introduced us to Wild here, who will take us where we want to go. I've asked that she take us. Wild is a she, isn't she?
I've been saying they.
Okay. Wild will take us to the Gloaming Marina, and from there we will get a ferry or icebreaker, I suppose, across the
icebreakers, definitely.
Yes. Over the does the stretch of water have a name?
Not that I know of. It's kind of mostly ice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, across the tundra then, and then rest in Summoner's Port, and then we are at the Summoner's Crown, fresh as daisies, tomorrow morning with the whole day ahead of us. I hope that meets with everyone's approval.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm definitely making decisions after everyone's had a head massage. This is going very well for me. I love the energy, guys. Excellent. So it's 200 gold, which divided by 8 is 25 gold each.
Is that?
Well, presumably. 200 divided by 4 is 50.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pass.
I can cover it.
No, I'm not saying this is. No, I mean, if I'm not saying I can't cover it. I can.
No, I mean, I'm trying to think how she would say this. Half asleep.
I've got the money.
No, we're here for my reasons, and you paid for that head massage, which has done absolute wonders. I really don't.
Is your hair shinier?
I don't know. I can't feel my head.
Put oils and stuff in it.
I smell amazing.
I smell like a crayon.
She just keeps like smelling her arms, and she's like, Atlas gave me some funds. I would be more than happy to.
It took me a second. I was like, "Who the fuck is Atlas?"
Literally a sugar daddy.
Oh no.
I mean, okay, well, wonderful, excellent. So, yes. So,
Wild puts out a hand and says, "Come on, money bags." Like jokingly.
It's 20 platinum, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll hand that over.
There we go. You guys ready to go to the marina?
I think so. Yeah, I can't think of anything waiting on here.
I'm scared we're gonna get there. She's gonna be so relaxed, and then something's gonna explode.
I'm scared for these two women that we've completely forgotten about.
Should we let them know? I think we should let.
I have told them that we didn't get what we wanted, and we'll continue to look into it. But it's just falling further and further off my range.
I did straight up say when we saved Grovis, the option was to go back with Grovis, then explain to Callie and Tia, and then leave. And after that, but we just left after we sent Grovis back. We didn't go back.
I'm gonna say this as you guys are teleporting. I'm gonna say this as you guys are teleporting, because I will do the teleportation description. Then I'll say the funny part. So as you give us a go and say, "Yeah, we're ready." Wild, you watch as the sort of blue conjuration runes on their body begin to glow sort of brighter and brighter, spreading across their entire form and creating multiple points on their skin like these twinkling constellations. And then they sort of tap their foot on the ground and a flurry of snow comes up, and then in a flash of every colour you've never seen before, you move from the snowy area to the snowy area of the gloaming marina. And the funny thing I'll say is I had originally planned for you guys to take the two girls with you. And I'll change the map.
We fucked up, guys.
No, it's fine.
We couldn't have, because we couldn't have teleported them there.
No, I know.
Oh, is that a frost giant?
Yes. Let me find Wild's token somewhere.
Big guy.
Yeah, frost giant. Keep well clear of that. Those guys are assholes.
Could be nice.
Assholes in actual D&D and in your world, I bet you that's our ferryman or icebreaker.
But yeah, so you. Where is it on my thing? I gotta scroll really far down now. Yeah. So the marina is it's about the same size as Mistwake. Though it is mainly used just for like transportation across the frozen lake. You can see that icebreaker ship there. And you can see that there are, simple houses, definitely bigger than Mistwake, more well built. You can see the frozen lake stretching for miles across to like the north of this map. You can see there is a frost giant currently standing by the edge of the lake, looking to. No, he's looking down at the ice, and even from this distance, you can tell he looks a bit nervous to get on the boat. And you can also see here is a person seems to be wearing a captain's uniform. It's a captain's uniform, and seems to be the captain of that ship. And Wild says, "So, this is the marina. I hope you enjoy. I still don't know why you wanted to come here instead of the place, but I'm not one to judge. I got paid. So,
just before you go, thank you so much. If we need, or if we're in need to travel across this court again, and it isn't presumptuous, if we were to reach out to you, how often can you do that per day? I know it sounds
I mean, a few times.
A few times a day. Excellent. So. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. And how quickly could you... So if I was to... this is a very strange question, I know, but practically, if I were to send a sending to you, would you be able to know where I was... Sorry, why are you on top of me? Would you be able to know
I was placing tokens.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Would you know where I was, or would I have to tell you where I was?
I mean, I can't... You'd have to tell me.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. We may well be in touch. And also, last thing, I think, for now, he says boldly, assuming it won't be the last thing. Are you able to teleport outside of A, this court, and B, the Fae as a realm?
I can.
Okay. Awesome. That was it. Yep.
Okay.
It's just you a very useful person to know, Wild. Very very useful person.
Question. The sigils that they have.
Yeah.
Are they similar to Kali's?
They seem to be somewhat similar. However, they, from what you can tell, and what they said they can do teleport a few times a day, they seem to increase their conjuration power rather than the innate, like, fire stuff that was with Kali's.
I don't know how to ask politely how they got the power. Like, I want to know. I want to know if they were. It was a similar thing to Kali, or if they maybe were in the tournament. But I don't know how to ask that.
So, how did you get this excellent job?
Fair, yeah. Yeah. How is it you got this job, if you don't mind my asking?
Oh, well, it's a while ago now. was born here,
mm-hmm.
and I've always been
hints like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't believe her. It's just that I'm surprised to hear that.
14. There doesn't seem to be a lie there. I have always had a knack for zipping about. And I needed money, so I started just by teleporting people, and then Malik needed someone to, like, you know, run errands, and I was like, I'll do it. So then I did, and I've still been doing it.
Sorry. This may be a very sensitive question to ask. I know that I've been asked this question many times, as you can probably tell. The markings that you have, were you born with them?
No, Malik came to help.
I see. And that,
you know, lets me, you know, do things more often.
So that's why I asked if you could teleport more than once a day. It's a very powerful spell.
Well, I'm a very powerful person.
Obviously, yes. This is why I was so excited when you said you could, and when you said you could do it outside of the court as well. Would you have the same power outside of the court?
Yeah, but I don't just. I'm Vin. That'd be rude.
No, of course, no. It's just say it's impressive.
You know, I'd have to. I'd have to go. I have to ask people. I wouldn't just go to the court of shapeweavers and just be like, "Hey, I'm here for now." I would have to, ask and make sure that's okay, and then I'd go, or not go if that wasn't okay.
No, obviously, yes. Well, that's great. So have you met Malik before? We've never met him. We're going.
I work for him.
Well, we hope to have business with him. Anything you can, and he pulls out the books from his bag. I was trying to do a bit of reading. These seem very much like the company line, our leaders of the kind of thing. Is anything, any let's say hints, but what's he like? We've heard a lot of different takes.
I mean, he's got a what's the word? He's got ego a little bit. He likes gifts and compliments and stuff if you want to get his good books. But I mean, you all seem nice enough. Just be nice, and I mean, if he has no reason to do anything bad, he won't. So.
This is a strange question. It's just occurred to me. I don't read too much into it. Are there a lot of Ganassi in the Court of Creation?
I mean, there are some. Some people just, find their way here. Some people, like me, are born here. So, but there's not as many as like Eladrin or stuff. But
what I meant, or what I was getting at, are all of the, because this is it could just be a coincidence. This is why I asked. We met one other Ganassi who'd also been given some runes by Malik, and I just wondered if there was anything, and obviously special about you. I mean, special about Ganassi in general that would attract his eye.
I mean, we're pretty cool. So
obviously,
could be that. I don't think so. No, I mean, nothing in particular comes to mind.
Okay.
How close would you say you are to Malik? Would you say you are part of his, we've heard the phrase, inner circle?
I mean, probably not. I kind of just, I'm like the mailman.
Chauffeur.
Well, no, a bit more. Yeah, I'm like the chauffeur. If he needs to get people places or whatever, get people to him or whatever, I mean, I'm there if I'm there. And I can get there quickly if I need to, so.
If you, for instance, were to be offered a job somewhere else, would you feel that you had the freedom to leave?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not like you can really stop me. I can go in an instant.
He couldn't remove those runes from you and prevent you teleporting.
They don't prevent me teleporting. They would mean I could do it less, but I can still do it.
Well, this is why I prefaced when I said there's one more thing, because there's always one more thing with us. I'm keeping you here. You kind of spoke down about this. Is it not particularly exciting to visit, or is it just the port?
Oh, I mean, it's fine. It's nice here at night. The lights go up, and it's it's sort of glows a bit, hence the name. But I mean, it's just a port. Gets from one place to another. I mean, I don't see the point of it because I can just teleport. But for the normies.
Well, I was thinking for the full Court of Creation experience, it would be remiss of me to forego the iconic Icebreaker cruise.
Sure.
I'm sorry, Wild. I don't mean to keep bombarding you with questions. It's... I'm just trying to work through some things. You mentioned that you have not been inside the Invokers...
the Convoker's Hole, no.
Convoker's Hole, not Invokers.
No, I mean, I've been to the outside, I've not been in.
Was it for teleportation reasons where did Malik tell you to teleport people there?
I actually haven't teleported anyone there. When I first got the job, he showed me around just so I knew the places. But I never needed to teleport people there. Yeah.
Do you know of any reason why somebody would be teleported there?
I mean, if they needed to be locked up, or if they wanted to see the person being locked up, I guess.
Well, thank you. I won't keep going on.
Yeah, this starting to feel like an intervention.
Sorry.
Your drinking has hurt us in the following ways.
I don't drink.
No. Smoking. It's fine. Don't worry. It's a joke. Well, enjoy what's left of your day. Thank you again so much for this. If we need you, I'll be in touch. Fret you not. And more than willing to pay for such great company and zippy service. So thank you. I'll be sure to recommend you to anyone who
you have
asks.
a Yelp.
Yeah.
No, I've never cried for help. And you see this. Well, if you need me, send me a message. I will probably have to do a going out fee, but yeah.
That's fine. If we are in touch, it's because we are probably quite desperate. I do have my own, admittedly rather limited ability to teleport, which is why I was asking about the circles, but nothing on as grand as what you can do. But okay. Never mind. Thank you again so much.
You see they sort of like put the pipe out and then like go to sit down on like a crate, and as they finish sitting down, they vanish.
That is pretty awesome. I don't feel like I've fucked up, but I do feel that perhaps I maybe was oversold this place. Shall we arrange passage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realise this was such a hard question.
Sorry, I was drinking my orange juice, and so I couldn't say yes in time.
I'm so surprised by how cold the orange juice was.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you managed to get the straw in.
So you're leaking, you're spurting orange juice from the back. I don't know if they pushed it on.
That's not how acupuncture works.
It is.
Well, let us away then to the boat. I won't lie, I'm a little bit concerned about the frost giant, but I will just
That's racist,
my distance. Well, it is a little bit, but I will say that the last creature that was anything like a frost giant that I met was the troll that threw you into hell.
So fair, he looks kind of cool to me.
He was made of fire, but I would stop talking. We're right close to us. I'm going to stop talking about it.
Hi.
See, do you say?
Oh wait, man.
Sorry.
I am a little bit concerned about Wild.
How do you mean?
Not them. They seem quite nice, but we've seen an enormous amount of people and creatures who have been trapped or used in ways, and if Malik has deemed them too dangerous, they've been locked away. And obviously Wild, no offense to him, doesn't seem all that dangerous. How many more people is Malik using?
From what Torai said, Malik has a veneer of what's the word? Has two faces, at least two faces. A private face that he's shown to Torai and to Damien. Damien, thank you. So say Damiel then, no. Which
he would kill Damiel on the spot.
Yeah, he's two faces. One he's shown to Torai and one he's shown to Damien. And then he has a public face, which is clearly shown to Wild. And because remember what Torai said, that one of the things that would probably damage him most was attacks to his reputation. And so if he has to pretend to be a laughing, smiling, affable person, Archfey, then it is in his best interest to hide the vindictive, power-hungry side of it. I don't think Wild needs to worry in the immediacy, because Wild doesn't...
Yeah, I don't think Wild needs to worry. I think we do. In the spirit of being open, I spoke with Sable. I told her we are here and what we've found out. And I also told her that if she doesn't hear from me, to tell Gethin and tell him that I'm sorry that history has repeated itself, because if Malik deems us too dangerous, there's no saying what he'll do or where he'll put us. So maybe it's worth having an exit strategy before we go in.
There's only one thing I can think of as a way to do that. I just need to quickly reread the rules. So if I was to write a scroll of teleportation circle, could I use that as an action? Or would I have to use that over a minute?
I legitimately don't.
I can't even use it. Ignore that. I can't even use it because I've not got any teleportation circles.
I also don't have teleportation circles in the buffet.
Yeah.
Plane shift, unfortunately, does it?
Yeah.
I can't plane shift. I could if I had the. I don't have. This is why I went looking for scrolls, but maybe there'll be something that it's a really expensive thing to buy. I have the money for it, but it's a massive cost.
Like a level 7 spell as well. 7,
yeah.
There are things that I can do. There are good 5th level spells out there. Like teleportation circle is. I actually don't think I've loaded it today because I knew I wouldn't be using it. But there are things. But like my alternative was contact of the plane, and like basically say, "Yo, Solista, baby."
I don't want to go making rash decisions that will affect everybody, but I do think that if one of us were to be taken and we could barter it down somehow, if I was the one, I could go in, try to find Chrissa, and you could go to Gethin and get help. Because that way we would know that he is trapping people he definitely shouldn't be. Because if we find out that he has trapped Carissa for some reason, Gethin will intervene.
But then, if he won't be stupid, if he knows that Gethin is likely to retaliate, if the actions become apparent, he's taken Carissa, there's something he shouldn't have done, why would he then double down on it by taking you, when he could just as easily take the rest of us, who have no...
This is what I'm concerned about. If we all go in immediately for the same reason, he'll know that we're together. However, if I go in looking for Carissa and you all go in maybe looking to do the arena thing, the challenge, he won't know that we're affiliated.
I see. That's...
I was going to say, I feel it'd be all or nothing.
Like the rest.
I think this... No, I disagree. I think it should be a vote. But I actually do agree with you there, Maeve. Because you have standing here that the rest of us don't.
I don't want to put any of you in danger. But I know that if I'm in trouble, you will help me.
It's not the danger. Well, it's not the danger I'm reticent about. I think it's smartest if the...
I love the danger.
Ties... Well, no, it's the ties that... If those ties that bind us aren't immediately visible.
I don't think you should go in alone, though, Maeve. I think one of us should go with you.
Well, if you will, if you take Yumi fixed, then you always be in contact with us, and Yumi makes a rather fancy brooch. I can hear you. I can hear you communicate with you through Yumi anywhere on this plane. Not saying do it now. Think about it. We've still got to get across the water, but I actually do agree with you. I think if you arrive and you present yourself, you're not going to barge in and throwing spells at him. You're going to be calm. You're going to be collected. You're following up on missing family member. We may be completely wrong about Malik. That he may say, right, this is happening for such and such a reason, and it makes perfect sense. And we all walk out of here happy with Carissa, and everyone's fine. But on the off chance, I think it's best in this instance that we do have a two-pronged approach.
Yes, I don't mind a two-pronged approach, but I do think I don't think it should be Maeve on her own and then all of us. I think some of us need to be with Maeve.
There's Cassian, there's Nyx. I mean, that's from purely a... I mean, if it's a fight... If you want... I mean...
This is an archfey we're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have... Not the balls, that's the wrong thing to say. I don't think he would kill me, but I don't know if he would hesitate with the rest of you. And that's why I'm saying I don't mind going in quotations alone.
I don't know.
But let's think about it as we cross over. We'll think about it as we cross. I agree with you on paper. I think we need to come up with... do we have any... in the books that I've got, right? Do I have any information on these contests? Like, does an individual win it or does a group win it?
If it is an individual, they win it. If it's a group, it is one thing. It is not changed.
Yeah, you don't get 8. You don't get 8.
Yeah, so if 8 of you do it, you don't get 8 questions or 8 things. It is one between.
You still get one, regardless.
You going as a group means you are accepting the gift as a group.
Yep, that's fine. We don't know what we're asking for, so we need to, if we are doing this in twofold, if we're going with Maeve doing the politicking, and we have the rest of us going to kick ass and chew bubblegum, avoid a more out of bubblegum. We need to decide what it is we want before we go in. Or at least have a good idea.
I mean, if we were to do the arena, I would say we ordered the arena and give Maeve the boon anyway. What's he gonna do? Turn around and say, no, I'm not gonna answer your question where your sister is in front of all of his...
She may not need that boon. We may be able to assist everybody else. We may be able to say, if you can't say no, tell everyone about the creatures you've trapped and why.
I do also have this, and she'll take out the little statue thing, so I can get some kind of answers from this. If we can think of the right question. As for Sidon, as for what you were saying about me going alone, do you remember the conversation we had last night?
Mm-hmm.
About having faith?
Yes.
But
I did also say that I pledged myself to you, so...
Then, trust me when I say that I would rather be trapped wherever Chrissa is than have all of you hurt or killed. Because I know that if I was trapped and he wasn't aware of our affiliation, that you would find a way to get me out. Chrissa might not have the hope that anyone is coming for her. She might have been living with that doubt for 25 years, but I would not have that doubt, because I know that you would find me. One way or another. How's Cassian and Nyx reacting to this, by the way?
I think... You're okay?
Sorry, I was sneezing, sorry.
The sneeze didn't come through, so it just sounded like you went, ugh.
No, sorry, I was sneezing on mute, and then I took myself off mute, and you get that wave of after sneezing, like, oh.
Yeah.
I think Cassian would trust you, would be a bit nervous at the prospect of you going in alone, and doesn't want to make too many judgments before knowing more about Malik and sort of what the area is like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
And Nyx would just have a look of concern, I think. Because she doesn't want you to be trapped for possibly all eternity. That doesn't seem good.
Well, I don't think, like I say, I don't think it would be eternity, because I don't think that if Malik was to be like, you're too powerful and dangerous, I'm going to trap you like I did with your sister, that these guys would be like, well, Maeve's gone.
Well, let's pack it up and go home. Wild.
Yeah, GG, bye Maeve. Like, I feel like they would 100% find a way around it. I don't know what that would be, but if they went to Gethin and said...
leave us anyway.
Yeah, if they went to Gethin and said, hey,
she didn't sign the fucking contract.
We've put a microphone on Maeve. We have proof. Here's a minor illusion voice note of what he said to her. He has also done the same thing with Chrissa. Just wanted to let you know that this guy has kidnapped both of your daughters and is keeping them hostage underground. I don't think Gethin would be like, oh well, never mind. I'll just have another one.
An heir and a spare.
Just so we don't go on too late, I just want to wrap up you guys getting onto the boat. Yeah, we know what I mean. I just want to wrap up you guys getting onto the boat, so I know you guys are on the boat for the next session. So as you're talking, sort of on the edge of the bridge, you see, I'll just make this image bigger so you can see her.
Oh, Cass is, by the way, tearing up during all of this. Is like, and I'll find you, and I'll make you curry. And I'll bring you something hot to eat.
You see.
And a drink you really like.
I'm just picturing now. It's like, and I miss you.
This woman who appears to be the captain says, "Are you going to hold up the bridge the whole time?"
Well, having an emotional moment.
We've got people.
Come on, guys. You were waiting for us.
Well, we weren't. It felt rude to just I thought you'd finished 4 times, but
that's
we
what
got
she
people
said.
who need. We got people who need to get on board. Are you coming on board?
Yes. God, it's like being at a self-checkout.
As you walk up, she says, "That'll be 10 gold each."
Jesus Christ, what is it with this goddamn place?
Dan, you've got this one right.
Yeah, it's a tourist trap, but just pay the man or woman.
I don't have any money.
What?
I'll pay for your side, no worries.
No, I can pay for myself. I just don't have enough money to pay for everyone.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Let's just everyone pay 10 gold.
Yes, I just give you a platinum.
Yes.
No, you don't have to give me any money. I just.
Not you. I'm paying the woman side.
Oh.
Is it 8 platinum for all of us?
Yes, it would be.
I'll do it.
I paid mine.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll add 1 back.
Yeah, I paid mine as well.
I'll add 3 back.
I will give mine.
Okay, cool.
I will happily allow Maeve to pay for me.
So you will pay, and the captain says, "I'm Captain Brooke. Don't cause any problems. Come on, let's go."
Yo ho ho.
Yo ho ho. What does it matter?
Archer immediately starts vomiting.
And let me change the map, just so you can see it.
I knew he was on the boat.
Yeah.
I
the
love
ice-
this boat. This is cool.
This is the icebreaker ship. The fog is moving, by the way, if you couldn't tell.
Oh yeah.
How have you done that?
So you can do animated things.
Secrets.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
We can't end here.
No, we are going to end.
We have to continue.
We are going to end. I'm just going to change the music because I have.
What's the boat called?
The icebreaker ship.
It's
Icebreaker.
called. Yes, it's called Icebreaker. That's a good one. Change this to this music because it's piratey music with waves. Captain Brooke says it'll be about 4 hours. Listen. Points up towards the area with Summoner's Crown. Bit of a storm there, so might not be the steadiest journey, but we'll be fine. And
4 hours to actually discuss the plan and actually think this is the right way to go forward.
As you depart from the Gloaming Marina, you begin to set sail across the frozen lake, and we will pick up there next time.